No reservations. Anthony Bourdain had to throw on shade. Trying not to make a spectacle. What happens when they not expecting you? Surprise business. My style different. Extraterrestrial. That elevation. Sky limit. Sky dweller. Somewhere with the views exceptional. I'm non-accessible. My flow's impeccable. I'm not addressing you if you lacking qualification. Pass on conversation. Talk with intellectual. Walk through correctionals. Incarcerations. Now if I could free minds, that'd be amazing. But meanwhile, just hope it don't get the best of you. Turn a believer to a skeptical, or vice versa. By knowledge given, laws universal. The speculations, we erase them. No hesitation, no reservation. I just happen to be walking through. I know you love my style. Ooh, I know you love
that shit right here.
My style. You gotta run so high. Hope I never come down. Never come down. Ooh, I know you love.
Hey.
The MELLO-ROOM. Finally back, yo. Second episode. Wet Floor Entertainment. Studio 1025, where it all goes down.
Yes, sir.
Coalition. We back in the MELLO-ROOM once again.
What's up?
Yeah. We finally got Big Ooze in here.
Long time coming.
Yeah, man. It's the boy Ooze. One part of the coalition, you know. What's good, y'all?
Shout outs to the coalition.
Yeah, definitely. Big shout out to the coalition, D-Mello, you know, Seymour, the family, everybody.
Yeah, man. Cool, son. So, Ray, what's up, man?
What's going on?
What we sipping on tonight, man?
Okay, so what we sipping on tonight is some very fine gin from the Nolet's family. And I don't know what else to say, but besides this thing has gotten over 90 points in every one of its liquor tastings, other than...
tastes smooth, too.
Bro, it's super smooth.
I'm going to have to take a shot of that. I don't even drink that much no more.
It goes good with...
But you are a gin man.
I mean, well, the whole thing is I do light liquor now, you know what I'm saying? I switched up off the dark. I was a Henny fanatic for a long time.
Yes, that's
you know, I mean, even.
But you know, dark liquor is good for your health, though, right?
Not for that.
Depending on whose health you're talking about. But I mean, you know, I just switched up. It was just for better purposes for myself. It wasn't like it was a mental or nothing like that. It was just.
Yeah, but this gin ain't gonna front, y'all. Like, I ain't know what the fuck you was talking about, but it look cool. But it goes definitely good as hell with this grapefruit juice.
And let's show this too.
Yeah,
I mean, I'll take a shot.
The cat weigh like fucking.
Yeah, this shit got some weight to it. Definitely put a lot of production into the bottle, you know.
Yeah.
That's what's up, though. They put a lot into that. That's a heavy ass cap. Not for nothing, guys.
Yeah. It's you can definitely put it in a sock.
You definitely hurt somebody.
Word, man. So finally, yo, getting into episode 2.
Yeah, man.
At a MELLO-ROOM.
I'm excited.
Yeah, man. Me too, man. It's getting better, yo. Definitely catch us on Wet Floor coming up too. We did like a couple episodes of that. I know Ray's about to drop that. You want to shout out the website real quick?
Yeah,
since we got those things rolling.
www. We don't even have to say that anymore, right? HTTP. wetfloorradio.com. Gonna have the episodes coming out. Just working out some little technical issues because I'm mildly retarded when it comes to
everything.
Everything.
Yeah, and MELLO-ROOM.wordpress.com is where you can go and catch the first episode, part 1 and 2, and you're gonna catch this one coming up soon too. Shit,
for sure.
Definitely.
So Big Ooze, man, we're gonna have to, let the people know who you are, because they don't really know who the fuck Coalition is or who or Lucas is, or Big Ooze.
Yeah, definitely.
So, first of all, I want to ask is, your name, bro. How you got the name, or what the name mean, or whatever and shit.
¿Cómo te llamas?
To keep it 100, it just, it came acquired through friends. It actually, there's no crazy ass meaning to it or nothing. It was just a
name that got picked up and ran away.
There's no Israeli nuts involved.
No. I ain't here to promote none of that. That ain't what we do.
Yeah. It's not because that's too cliche.
To be honest, it came from I would think a song actually.
Yeah, I remember. It was.
I think it was the Rick Ross song.
Rick Ross song. He said something about Big Uzi and Lil.
It was like to be honest, and like the whole thought of it is actually funny because it was like I was playing a game with niggas at that point in time, and I don't even really play video games like that.
Yeah,
but I forgot what game it was. It was
probably basketball.
It had to be like one of the 2Ks or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, in that year, Kobe was nasty. Shout out to Kobe. Black Mamba. Kobe was disgusting.
This is like when you first came back.
I would play. Yeah, this is probably when I first came back from Brooklyn. That's true. But I would play with them niggas, and whenever that song would come on, like I would go bonkers with Kobe. Like I literally put up like 50 and a quarter or some shit.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's
you know what I'm saying.
So maybe it had something to do with like how smooth you was.
Nah, what it was.
I mean, the Ooze just got shortened out of it all, but it used to be Uzi.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
Uzi.
saying? It was like in the song he said something about he got a big Uzi. It's just a big Uzi. Nah, he just playing. He got a little Uzi or something to that extent. You know what I'm saying?
Every time that song would play and he was playing the game, he'd be like in a losing position, and that song would come on, and he would all of a sudden the game would change. So they would call him Big Uzi, and then the name stuck.
You know, it's funny too. Like it's funny you bring that up because 2K is a big part of the culture now. You know, a lot of people talk about 2K big.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's a game everybody plays. And I mean, I play here and there just with friends and pass over time or whatever.
I haven't played in a while.
But I mean, I know guys that are dedicated to this. You know, it's like this is a fraternity of 2K players. You know,
yeah, they got tournaments and shit, man.
Yeah, they do. You know, you can win money in the whole nine off of it.
Yeah, man.
So I mean, you know, it's cool.
I remember now when the name came from.
Yeah, it's funny, right? You had to ask me. I actually had to think about that for a second because I'm like, damn, when did that really come into play for me?
Yeah, so when now you bring that up, that comes about a time where we started working together in this whole. And you were what? Your original name was what? Millennium, right? Millennium, and you was trying to do the Money Life fam thing,
Mills and Millie. It was so many aliases attached to that name because I've been doing it under that name for such a period of time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But when it crossed over, it was like I don't know that kind of felt right.
And like I said, the name stuck.
Yeah, where it's at today is actually cool. I feel like it fits me and it suits me pretty well. You know what I'm saying? It has a smooth kind of feel to it.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of me all the way across the board. So, you know, it works.
And plus, like I was saying, that's when we started together, basically doing this.
Yeah, that is kind of where we met.
And we came a long way to make the coalition. So I was trying to bring up was you had the MLF thing. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And you still trying to promote that.
Yeah, I still definitely. It's definitely something that's still in play for me. You know, I feel like it's a certain code behind that, you know, so it's not something that could ever go away.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just an outlook on it, and it'll always be there, but things progress. That's what time is about, progression and evolution. You know, you evolve as a person, things evolve, situations evolve, and you know, it just blossomed into something else. I didn't think MLF would blossom into something like this to where it linked up with different entities and merged into something bigger. You know what I mean? So that's why I say it definitely is something that'll always and forever.
And you see the potential in that, and that's what what I'm trying to push with the whole MELLO-ROOM. You see the whole connection if you actually link up with people that got like-minded things. You actually come up with some good shit and good ideas and get shit done eventually. You know?
Yeah, you definitely do. It's hard to run a large cohesive unit. It's hard to run a small cohesive unit. It's hard to keep a lot of people on the same page.
A lot of different personalities.
Yeah. So definitely. But as long as everybody's goal is still the same at large, you know what I mean? Then as long as everybody's pushing to it in their own fashion, form, or direction, it's still something that's achievable as a unit. You know what I mean?
I just want to be able to make people understand like this, yo. The coalition stands for something bigger than just a group of people trying to make it. Because when you look at history, all coalitions take over things.
Mm-hmm.
You got the American the governmental coalitions. Watch the news. Whenever it's a program that takes something over, they always be like, "There's something coalition."
Yeah, but especially when
What that means is there's a group of people that came together.
French and Americans.
Yeah, exactly.
Kick the British ass.
Yeah, you know. So at the end of the day, that's what I'm trying to promote with that.
Maybe you guys touched on this while I stepped out real quick. MLF, right?
Yes, sir.
What's that?
I mean, that started, it's an acronym for Money, Life, Family.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And, I just, it was a code to it, you know what I'm saying, that was followed by a group of people in which I associated myself with and conducted myself with. And, it's not a gang or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's basically just, things that we felt like that's what was our purpose at time. You know what I'm saying? We were all about our family. The letters, for most, it'll look at it like it's backwards, but it was just formulated at that time with friends, so it stuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And
like how everybody basically comes.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And it wasn't a gang because we weren't a large group of people, you know what I mean? We were very small and a tight-knit circle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it was just more like this is what we see right now.
And was this just strictly music, or were you guys trying to venture out into other avenues other than hip-hop?
I mean, it was always music, because music was always involved. It was something that was always being done at the time. But it wasn't nothing on like that we would carry it around and it would be like we going at it with another gang. No, it wasn't nothing like that. It was just a code. It's almost like being in a secret society and carrying a code.
So at the end of the day, what was the money, the life, and the fam that, like how did that come about? What did that represent?
Well, I mean, it was
as an aspect for you to come up with that as the name.
At that point in time, I was young, you know what I mean, and I was involved in a lot of different things. I won't hide or shy from it. I was very involved in street things and things like that. But, so family was always the overall for it. You know what I'm saying? Family, because this is all it was about. That's all it's
all you
about.
had with you at the
That's
time.
all you'll ever have. You know what I'm saying? Like, granted, some people don't have or have bad relationships with their actual bloodline family, but through friends or through people that they come across, they form their own family. So it's always, family was always the overall goal of everything.
Right.
And it was your life because...
It still is. Even getting older now, it's even more and more.
Oh, definitely. It becomes more.
So it's crazy that you even thought of that concept being that young, and it matters even more. Yeah. And that's why I like your label more than anything. I've always told you that I like MLF.
So when did that? so when did MLF? When was the idea conceived?
That actually came about in, I would say, 05.
Okay.
In about 05, it was something that was bringing together, and it was just, at that point in time, it was other artists that I were around.
Was that around the same time that you came on with the moniker with Ooze? Or?
Nah. Ooze came later.
That's the later one.
Ooze came. Ooze is like the transition for me. You know what I'm saying? At that point in time, like we were just talking about that a minute ago, I was going by Millennium. You know what I'm saying? Millie.
That was going to be my next question.
Yeah, it was like Millie, Mills. It was a lot of different names. It was a lot of different names that got tagged and attached to it.
Myself too.
You know what I mean? And I'm a person of a lot of different names. I know a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? So like, people know me by a lot of different aliases and things like that. Yeah. It's whatever you feel. You know,
everybody in this room right now has been like all up and down a bunch of states. Yeah, and been connected in different areas.
Definitely been.
And look, we even forgot to even mention that. Where you originally from, Big Ooze?
Brooklyn, Coney Island.
All right,
shout out to everybody in Coney Island. There's so many to name. You know what I mean? D-Mello, Empire.
Home of the Warriors, right?
Buck. Yeah, it is home of the Warriors. You know what I mean? And it's just a special place, man.
And for those who don't know, we're talking about the basketball team.
Nah.
But you know what? I was gonna bring it up though. Being from Coney, man, I know you play ball.
Yeah, I definitely played ball when I was younger. You know, it was something that was taken serious for a while, and you know, transitions in my life led me to here, actually, in Florida. But you know, I mean, through it all, music. Nah, I pursued it. I played in high school there. I played in high school here.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? But music was always something that I was into and involved in. Yeah, it was like.
That's how I felt too. I wasn't a big ball player, but I felt like if I really wanted to, I could have won. But I felt like music was what pushed me.
Well, I mean, it was crazy
to try to even go to college. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Like if it wasn't for the music part to go to college, I would have never tried to play ball in the college team. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
Which was what I was trying to do at the time and shit.
I feel you. See, for me, it was. You know, I played ball, but I always, like I said, I know a lot of people. So I was the kid that would go to practice, and then after practice, I'm hanging out with this set of kids.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm running around with this group of guys, and you know, and it was different.
Your focus on something different.
Yeah, I just had a lot going on. I have a large family. You know what I mean? And shout out to all my family. But I have a very large family, and that would lead me to be with different circles of people just because I got a cousin over here, I got a cousin over there, and I kind of just fell right in. You know what I mean?
Eagles be knowing a lot of motherfucking people.
And like you said too, not just immediate family, but your family outside of your family, which a lot of the times may be
large. I'm talking about
you got a lot of people, you know,
larger than state.
That's something I don't know. He got to bring up on his own and shit.
Yeah, it's different.
Well, so from being from Coney and being from Brooklyn, New York and shit, who would be like your favorite rapper? You know, I mean, not even got to be just because you're from New York, but you know, who's one of your favorite rappers?
My favorite,
or someone who was influential to you.
I mean,
that made you feel like music, and it doesn't even have to be rap. It could be someone that you heard that even made you feel like you wanted to do music.
Yeah, even cross genres.
Yeah.
I mean, it
could be an influential rapper, artist, you know.
I mean, I'm from Brooklyn, so I mean, you know, in the era in which I was growing up and everything that was going on, I mean, hip hop was just a large and heavy scene. So I mean, of course, your Biggies, your Pacs, your Jay-Z's, your Nas, your Lox.
And that's what I'm not trying to get you to like name like who are your favorite rappers. I'm trying to get to like the point where I'm saying
your musical influence.
Yeah, like
I'm gonna be honest.
There was a point in your life where you heard music and then you tried to sing it on your own somewhere, and you felt like this is something I would like to do. It could even have been at 7 to like. There was a time in my life where I used to chill with my sister, my baby sister. She had this little radio thing, and if you nobody really know my sisters. It was a little tiny radio, them little play school things that you could talk in like, you know, and it had a little button you push. But she used to like to VJ. And I'm talking about my sister's like 7 years old, and I'm probably like 12 because I think I'm like 6 years older than her.
Yeah.
And she would be like on next up, and then I would get on and sing a song and shit. And, you know, at that point, that's kind of my point where I realized like I could do this. But for me, music wise, you know, it was a mixture because Hot 97, if you remember, was mixed. It had like rock and roll and hip hop at a certain
wide variety.
It was not like a top 40, but it was like the top of rock that was kind of bad, like Guns N' Roses and stuff. And then you had like another set that would have like Run DMC, and you would have
that's definitely top 40 then, yeah, for sure.
But then you would have like Bobby Brown and Whitney Houston songs and shit playing all at the same, you know?
For sure.
But so for me, that's where I figured like that I felt like I used to do that shit with my sister, and then when I hear that music, I would mimic it.
So you
know what I'm saying? Michael Jackson, huh?
You were Carson Daly.
Why you say that? Oh, like a karaoke shit?
No, you don't remember Total Request Live or whatever on MTV with Carson Daly?
Oh, yeah.
And they used to do top 10 songs.
No, my sister used to VJ, and I used to be like the music. like it was a radio station.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So it was like she would be like the VJ and do all the talking. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, today, da-da-da. Like, yo, we're going to play this song by...
You sing the hook by...
Like, yeah.
You either doing Backstreet Boys?
Nah, I'm not... I'm young. I'm older than that, B. I don't do no Backstreet shit.
So I'm older.
It would probably be like New Kids on the Block.
I was gonna say New Kids on the Block. My sister used to
remember
love
those
them
guys
too.
too.
No, but sorry to cut you off. But who would be that? Your favorite rapper, your influential
I
singer?
mean, of
rapper,
course, my
song?
favorite, my most influential would be Jay-Z.
Okay,
Definitely by far.
Brooklyn. Of course.
Of course. I mean, and I say him with you know, great reasoning, you know what I mean? And I think it was really like a turning point for me because, you know, at first it was like, all right, people used to look at it like, yeah, you rap, you know what I'm saying? And now it's like they ask you rap, but it's like they know you do much more. You know what I mean? And I would definitely say he was one of the first. I ain't gonna, you know, put him as the only, but he was one of the first that was actually transitioning
into a business sense.
Yeah, it was rap going from just being a rapper, MC, to now he's transitioning that into
businesses.
It's corporations. You know what I mean? It's
like
it's a bigger, it's
like
a much
Jay-Z
bigger
Blue.
picture behind the.
Yeah, clothing.
Yeah, it's a much bigger empire behind the guy.
The
now,
Crayola
you know?
color.
Then, you know, Puff Daddy kind of did the same thing too.
Puffy
around
definitely did the same.
time.
Yeah, Puff definitely did the same thing, but it was like, you know, Puff had big, you know, and I think at that point
he
in
wasn't
time,
really a rapper.
He wasn't seen as an artist because he wasn't looked at as a rapper, you know. And I mean, Hov really did it from the gate. Him coming out, you knew what he was. You knew this is what he was about.
Yeah.
But you also seen at a point in time where it was like, oh man, hold on, like he's opening up into a lot more that you wouldn't even expect a rapper at that time really involved or gunning towards. You know what I mean?
He definitely did change a different sense of just the hip hop itself. Like I don't even want to just name it hip hop, but just the culture itself. Because at that time it was just a lot of like biggies, you know, like people just trying to make it big, you know, by rapping. And just having it like that, that's it. You know, no other venture out of it.
Yeah, and I mean, even with him, it's tragedy, you know, and I mean, R.I.P. to definitely one of the greatest of all time.
You already know. That's
you know what I mean?
You, that's on the team.
It's, you know,
you know,
it's crazy because you it's like imagine what he would have evolved and opened up to. You know what I mean? And it's crazy to even think that.
But in a sense, Jay-Z would have still been the first one to open that. For Big to follow behind it.
I think the same way too with pun and the Latino culture and hip hop too. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, possibly, definitely. I mean, definitely, because definitely, I would say that because you know, Fat Joe was around the whole time.
And
you know,
he went past gold.
He was doing his numbers the whole time.
Fat Joe definitely really gets respect for
putting it down the whole time.
I probably bought all that nigga's albums, son. I love the Don.
But in the '90s when he first came up, he really wasn't doing much until he discovered pun.
Well, I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
but that's a producer aspect of the music. You know, he's basically rapping and then trying to do what Puff did by having pun. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's different money. Or an extra money, I guess you could say. That's just like, you know.
I mean, for me, with my opinion, and you know, like that's one of those artists that for me, you know, I definitely was a large fan of his music, you know, and still am, you know what I mean, because he's still putting out bangers till this day. But his music, it definitely captures time.
Jay-Z, and I'm not even a big Jay-Z fan.
Well, yeah, I like that shit.
See, that's different. Like I'm talking about Fat Joe. You know what I mean? With Joe, like. His music, it definitely.
I've always liked Fat Joe's shit.
It captures time.
I feel like his shit, you know, like, and then.
It's a time where if you were in New York and you hear those albums, like you had to be there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It brings back nostalgia.
It's
for
even
you.
like the NORE album and even those classics, CNN War Report.
That shit all brings nostalgia.
That was
back.
a time like you had to be there. You had to. You had to feel that.
Yeah, that's another one.
Yeah, you know, you had to feel that. You know what I'm saying?
So. What age, and with all that being said, Jay-Z being your favorite, so is that how you got started into rap? Like, you know, when did it start for you? When did it start for you? Was it by listening to Jay-Z, or did he just become more influential?
Nah, actually, the way it started was, I had friends that, shout out, my homie Butch Dot, you know what I mean? And he just had his little man. I can't wait to get out there and see everybody. But, my man Butch, and then another one of my mans, you know what I'm saying? He went by Bless at the time.
Right.
He now has Flames,
okay.
You know what I'm saying? But, they were crazy with it, and like I said, I would play ball, but I would hang out with different groups. I was a year younger than them.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
It's like hanging on the court. I used to hang out with these.
And I mean, yeah, like I would, the whole thing is, like, don't get it confused. They played ball too.
Yeah, but they would kick it on the corner, on the side of the court sometimes.
Their main thing was when they got off the court, they putting down music.
Right.
Like they come brainstorming and putting ideas together, and me hanging around and being around them, and it was really, Butch that was really the one that pushed it for me, and he was just like, yo, try it. You know what I'm saying? And see how you feel. And
so who could you say, though, commercially, like you as a child, let's say from the ages of, just 5 or whatever.
Be commercial.
I
don't want to be always shouting out other commercial songs. I want them to know Uzi for what he is. But ask your question.
Who was the first rap artist, or just any artist in that genre that you could remember listening to as a kid that you were like, wow, like stuck with?
I mean, see, I grew up in a very musical inclined household, so it was like I heard everything from the latest and the greatest to those who wouldn't even really be. You wouldn't really think. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and this man got like an elephant memory, so
I mean, it was like, for me, I mean, it's always music and hip hop been involved with me since a child. So like,
it's I remember hearing, where you grew up.
I remember hearing the Rakim paid in full, and those and it would be my cousins playing those records and and playing those tracks, and I would just be in love with everything about them, But then it was like R&B was also major at that point in time, and I think everybody's parents at that time was on the whole Keith Sweat and the Keith Sweat. And I think those were major. I think they were major in the household at that time too, and even R. Kelly making his way at that point in time, and it was early in the game for him, but it was still like. You remember all of those, like those were embedded in you.
Lucas and I heard a reference earlier, and it brings it back. One of those in that same kind of R&B genre, something I always gripped onto was Tony.
Oh, definitely.
I used to love that shit.
It's just something in that realm in that time, and they were major artists of that time.
That was good music.
That was fire.
But it was good music.
He's still killing. He's still doing major things.
But that was good music though. Like I feel like at those times R&B was good music, son. And I used to even sing that shit like I can sing and shit, like
I think everybody had that moment in time. I think everybody.
I kind of think that was probably the last good genre of
R&B.
I mean,
it just got a lot dirtier. Is what it is.
Nah, I mean, you can't.
It got explicit. I'm sorry.
See,
before it was innuendos.
Yeah,
it was innuendos. Now it's just innuendo. I mean, they go straight to the point, basically. And that's cool. And I'm not saying I don't like it. I'm just saying I feel like as far as good music that you can listen to around anybody. Your 90-year-old grandmother could listen to that old R&B with you. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I get what you're saying. I understand and respect, the point of it, because I feel somewhat that way.
That was the rebuttal. I like the look on his face. He was like, but...
Nah, but, I mean, I just have, like I said, like, he'll tell you I got a large memory, so, for me, music it grows, and it opens up, and it
I still appreciate all the sound. You know me, I listen to a lot of shit too.
But. And what you were saying, like for me, I think it's great artists of time frames. It's almost like with the league and how it's, then people compare rap to sports and all that, but it's the same thing. It's an era, and you have an era. It's almost probably like I want to say maybe a 10 to 12 year window.
Yeah.
And then that era fades out and another era starts to make its way in.
Definitely.
You know, and you gotta respect every era
I love that you said that, yo, because that could bring me into totally what I wanted to ask you. So, like, the name of the group where we are is Coalition. You know what I'm saying? You still under Money Life fam, of course. You know, we discuss how that shit works. We ain't got to tell everybody and shit. But, like, what do you expect out of that? Like, what do we... I know what we expect, but you got to tell them. Like, because they going to hear from me and they going to hear from you. And whoever else from Coalition comes on here, they gonna hear it. But I just want to hear from you. Like, what do we expect out of building Coalition? And you know what's behind Studio 1025 and everything going on. So, like, what do you expect out of it? You know,
I mean,
it doesn't. You ain't gotta hype it up, man. Just how do you feel about it?
I expect just greatness out of it. You know, I feel like it's something that's been lingering for a long time. You know what I mean? And it can't linger this long and not be something relevant. You know what I'm saying? It can't be some truth to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's things that'll pass you by every day that maybe you should be a part of, but you somehow nuff it out in your head or whatever the case may be. But I feel like it's something that can't be ignored. You know what I mean? And
there's no timeline you can put on a dream.
There really ain't. And on top of that, it's just, I feel like with the people that are involved and the hands that are on deck with this movement, I feel like there's a lot of potential coming out of every direction. You know, I feel great things and I see great things for everybody that's along the line with it.
Definitely. Like, you know, you've been working with me the whole time, you know, so you already know what's going on behind the scenes and shit. And Ray's definitely been to help. You definitely got us into this podcast shit.
I definitely watched you, you know, I watched you, you know, really expand. Even that's in the studio and, you know, and getting busy with music. I watched you really open up and turn and really settle in your own zone. You know what I mean? And that's the coolest thing. Like, that's the greatest part of it. Like, it's almost, I would assume it's how my close homies felt that opened up this lane to me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Seeing me be able to do it and get busy, and they like, man, like, damn, I remember I helped him write his first joint. You know what I'm saying? And they like, nah, he take off. You know what I'm saying? Now he get busy
and
with
you know,
it.
And like, I've been in that position too, being on both sides. Even working with you, you've helped me come along since we've been together. And I'm like, yo, that's what I feel about with this outreach. Like, you know, even if I don't have nothing to offer you, I got something. I got something.
Is the best
and that's
collaboration that you can have.
And that's what I'm trying to bring the MELLO-ROOM to, the positivity shit. But like I said, we ain't trying to go to church with it. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, yeah, man. There you go. You have it, man. Big Ooze.
Yeah, like, definitely. What's up? We in the
he
building.
Gonna be chilling with us for the rest of the evening. So it's not like it's over.
So I'm gonna ask him a crazy off the wall question. Crazy. What was your first car? What was the first whip that you went in car?
My first car was
and what was
Volkswagen Passat, and
nice.
I got stuck with it.
It is nice. I like Volkswagen.
I got stuck with it. It was a long story, but yeah, somehow.
I was gonna ask why. So you got stuck with it.
Yeah.
But what was the first mission you went out and did on the, like? What you know what I mean?
I really didn't spice nothing up on it. You know what I mean? I
just kind of did your moves.
I kind of stacked up and invested in another car, and I got.
So you was literally stuck with it, never did.
No, yeah,
You ended up having to flip it.
No, I didn't flip it. I kept it. You know, I used it. I was driving it. You know, it was my car, but I wasn't what I wanted, so I kind of like saved a little bread and, you know, went out and got something else. You know what I mean?
Oh, you got okay. Yeah. I thought you were gonna say like, I just got rid of that shit.
Nah, that was my joint. But the wild part about it,
flipped it and got some insurance for it.
Yeah, I you ain't like me.
Damn, y'all niggas is killing me right now. It sucks because that whole actual situation that transpired with those cars was so foul and so wrong that it was like, nah, for real. Like, I got karma could have bit me 100 times over with that. Like, The fly car that I invested my money to save up and get, it only lasted me 5 days. I wrecked it.
Yo, listen. Listen, this is what I be trying to tell niggas. I went through it. The niggas don't want to listen. Niggas don't want to listen to me when I tell them, yo, don't be excited and go buy a car. Did the same shit. Remember I tell you about my Jetta? I went and bought a car. I thought it was souped up race car, yo. Nigga, I wrapped that shit around the telephone pole 6 days later.
Yeah, my shit was pinball on I-4. Definitely was a pinball.
Yeah, you remember you told me that.
That's 4 lanes.
Yeah, it was a pinball. Went across all 4. Quite a few times.
That's one of those Jesus things.
Yeah,
Did you brush it off? Did you get out the car and like?
Yeah, by the grace of God. By the grace of God, it was a blessing. You know, I ain't have no bad major injury.
That's
the person
crazy,
who I was with didn't have.
I think most people go through some crazy accident in their life in the beginning. I think that's what makes everybody a better driver. You gotta crash one time, even if it's really bad or minor. You know, like you gotta crash one time.
And you usually notice that it was probably because your poor choice and whatever.
Yeah, it was your poor choice. No matter how many you want to fucking like be like, nah, look, I was trying to.
Well, I'm not even gonna lie. I was younger, so I was smacked. Like I'm not in front. I was gone. You know.
That's the shit. Look, that shit you gotta talk about on wet floor.
Yeah, it may be a wet floor. It is definitely. Wet floor
That's
story.
a wet floor story.
Yeah, that's that Dewey shit.
I got a lot of those though. You know those. That's why I slowed. That's why I slowed down. Yeah, that's why I slowed down on the drinking. I ain't with it like.
Where were you headed to though? Where were you headed to?
I was leaving. Well, I was leaving Taboo, which is now Beecham.
Beecham.
You know, but I was leaving Taboo.
It was always Beecham, but they had switched the name.
Yeah, I was leaving Taboo, and you know, yeah. Yeah.
I-4, listen.
Yo, you see that? That was a dope segment last year because look how bad Beecham has been all over the years. It like created the rave scene. It shut down the fucking downtown.
The 3 o'clock drinking hour.
Yeah, niggas coming home crashing cars from.
I explained it to somebody tonight.
That's a cool.
Listen, I've had some crazy nights coming out of there too, man.
I've had some crazy nights in there.
Yeah,
that too. Well, that's where it starts.
Yeah.
And then it gets worse when you get out.
Definitely starts there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you know.
So yeah, man. Finally got you in the MELLO-ROOM, yo. We
what was it? A 90 what?
What? The Passat was a 99. And then the next one.
R.I.P. to the
traded up for what?
Nah, I didn't wreck the Passat. What I wrecked was a car that I had bought. I believe it was a 02 Millennia. And
remember the Millennia?
Chrysler, right?
Nah, that was a Mazda.
That was a Mazda.
Mazda Millennia.
The big body Millennia.
It kind of looked like the 626.
No, it's longer than the 626.
Was it?
Yeah.
But you know, it was like
similar body.
It was the whole ironic. It was ironic.
I think 2002 maybe they were the same.
Yeah, it was just an ironic situation.
Those are the little bubble shaped shits, right?
Yeah, it definitely was. I felt the car, you know what I mean, and it was a fly car to me through a friend.
Shit,
so
well, you're here,
I bought
nigga.
it, you know, and I wrecked it.
You're here. That's all that matters.
I suppose.
All that matters is you made it this far.
You're a big ass dude to be wrecking cars and shit. You motherfuckers get injured more than people.
Yeah, that's
a lot more body mass for you.
It's a longer fall.
It's a tough situation.
Oh man, hell yeah! That's what's so. You know, I always gotta ask something off the wall.
Some stupid.
That's all good, man. You know, I ain't got no problem opening up.
You already know how Ray Morales is.
Yeah, I like asking. I like driving.
MELLO-ROOM, yo. You see how he is, nigga, right? He just
yeah. I mean, I like the vibe. It definitely fits. The name fits the vibe, you know, and. You know, it's gonna be cool to see a lot of other artists come through, and you know.
Hopefully, we just gotta do our homework a lot more. Yo.
I mean, there's a lot of good talent out there, so I mean, definitely, it's not really hard. Just
we're gonna start reaching out to these people ourselves.
Yeah, definitely.
We're gonna start showing them to the showcases.
I mean, they gotta really get that back on the road. You know what I mean? That's been.
I was telling this guy earlier. I was thinking about going to the showcases, but not to perform. Just show up, show love, give hand, let them know what's going on.
Yeah,
and even if sometimes
you got the MELLO-ROOM podcast.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think this is
maybe even do a short interview or whatever that we feature on the MELLO-ROOM podcast.
I mean,
definitely.
And by the time we do video, we can just give them a video shout out real quick.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's definitely a good idea. You know what I mean? Because there is a lot of good talent out there. And,
we know that. We've been through that shit.
And you know what's sad is they don't
We've
have
been out there with them, man. We know.
They don't have the My City Mondays downtown no more.
They still got some showcases. You just gotta look for them.
Do you remember the My City Mondays?
I do remember those.
He's from here. You're not from here, but you've been in Central Florida for a while.
My City Mondays ended in 2016.
I've been back and forth here and home. And
just to let you know, because he's a Central Florida artist too. That's why he's on here.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Home and home. I've been back and forth for probably about definitely 14, 16 years, somewhere around there.
Yeah, I've been back and forth.
So, that's why I say it's a lot of talent around, because I've seen a lot of
them come and go.
About me jumping back and forth.
I've watched a lot of these.
Seen them come and go.
Yeah, same thing, you know what I mean? And we was talking about that before. You can't help. There's no place like home, but, here provided
safe haven.
Not really a safe haven, because
it still gets wild out here. People don't know.
It's a lot going on here.
It's a lot more conducive to what we actually from.
People from now from Kissimmee, Central Florida area, it's a lot different than Disney World portrayed it to be.
Get caught up here.
It's a lot different.
It's nowhere near what they portray it to be.
Yeah, it's
on the first episode.
But
but Mickey Mouse is on every corner though.
Yes.
What I was gonna say is it provided, just
and he's dressed as a police officer.
Yeah, crazy. Like I was gonna say, it just provided a place of just acceptance. It was more relaxed. And at the point in time when I was moving, and it was a family thing. Yeah, it was family. Me and my moms, and we were coming out here, and it was just like, at that point in time, it could have been a lot worse of a situation, but they kind of embraced me. For me moving here, because I was like in my 20s, it was like you said, it was a lot. It was like a better move, like as far as like trying to better yourself. And like for you, it was your families, and you come from Coney Island, Brooklyn, with not to say anything, it's probably a lot worse where I came from. So moving to here, to this place, it was probably like, I mean, it's a breath of fresh air for a little bit. Like anywhere else, but, Coney Island in my eyes and forever will be home. It's a very special. Of course. I mean, home is one thing, and a lot of people can say that, but I just feel like, and it's not to put anywhere down in no way, shape, or form, but it's
but what did I say?
It's a lot of special things that go on to come out of there. What did I say? If you collect taxes there and you get mail there, you fucking live there, right? Like I said, if the IRS come not looking for you, they can look every time you collect taxes in. Yeah, they can. They definitely can.
And the sad part is that nobody ever snitch unless it's the IRS that come knocking on your door. You can murder somebody and I won't tell nobody. Once the IRS come knocking at the door, your grandma's like, oh, Ray.
They're not even official people. They can't even do that shit. You know that?
They want their money. They ain't playing.
Nah, but
shout out to Wesley Snipes, Orlando native.
Oh shit! Nobody even knew that, did they?
Nah, I actually didn't know that.
He's a bigger book of useless knowledge.
That's crazy. I didn't know that, but that's what's up.
Yeah, you got a couple of good local artists, not just in the hip hop genre, but just in general here in Central Florida. He did the skit, and he did the Make You Laugh thing. What's it called? He did the skit with
you gotta say his name,
I know his name. He did the skit with Dave Chappelle, Wayne Brady.
Oh, okay.
Wayne Brady is Winter Park High School.
Yeah. You told me that the other day, man.
He's also Orlando native.
That's what's up.
That's why I was like, that's why in the first episode I kept saying, like, you're gonna learn a lot about like what you don't know in Central Florida, because this nigga's telling me some shit. I'm like, damn, I didn't even know that.
That's what's up. Yeah, I've heard as well as far as like athletes and things of that nature. I have heard of a lot of.
Well, yeah, we know that. You know what I'm saying, but we trying to bring
the wide span.
You got the Stoudemire athlete league.
Yeah, definitely. What?
Dante Culpepper from Ocala.
Look, speaking of Stoudemire real quick. like you played basketball before, and you like basketball, and you made a transition into music, right?
Of course.
How do you? The greatest dunker of all time, Vince Carter, Daytona.
Yeah, that's another
fucking right.
Another native. It's another native.
So recently I heard, I didn't know this shit, that what's his name? Lonzo Ball. Lonzo Ball.
Okay.
Is a rapper.
He goes by Zoe.
You knew that?
I heard that. Yeah.
He goes by Zoe, or is it Zoe too?
I don't know, ZO2. It looked like he going by Zoe, but I think the song that
we heard
earlier.
All right, so supposedly he got like an album coming out in time for All-Star Weekend.
Oh wow!
Look, Ray's gonna play the song real quick. Look, that's not it.
No, of course, but we can keep talking. I'll get it pulled up here.
Yeah, so how do you feel about like that, man? How you feel about most rappers that like? Because I know, it's been going on for a long time, This is it here?
This is it right here.
Alright.
We won't get caught in.
I don't know. Have you ever heard it?
No, I'm gonna check it out, man.
We won't get any copyright issues as long as.
Rocky ZO2. That's ZO2. They respect and pay your dues.
I mean, it's like like any other typical.
His name is ZO2.
Sound right now. It is ZO2, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Shout out to everyone doubted me, changing their game and they make, cause I'm charging fees. Know the name.
You look like Drake, right?
Talking out of line.
But I'm saying, like, how you feel about that? I mean, it's like, I know people me being like a basketball player, if I was ever to be, it all comes down to money sometimes like that.
I mean, that's true. In one sense, it does. I mean, it's hard because when you are a basketball player and you trying to cross over and
because they're part of the culture, so
they are. They're hand in hand.
Should he try and cross over? Like, yo, you a 20-year-old point guard.
I mean, do what you do. If it's something that's in your heart and it's something you've been feeling for a long time.
I never even wanted to play ball. That forced him to do that.
For a couple seconds right now, I'm not even going to mock it. You know why? Because right now I'm respecting the fact that he's trying to build more than one lane.
Yeah, I mean, as far as it goes, like with basketball players, period, it's always been hard to do both because at a certain point in time, it was looked at like, height was a stigma. There were different things that when you looked at a basketball player, you just couldn't see in a rapper.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
because at the time we grew up, it wasn't the portraying.
Yeah, and mind you, these guys, mind you, it wouldn't even be that because at the end of the day, these guys come from
that you're talking about.
Yeah, these guys come from the same element and the same. Some of them within the same projects. They grew up knowing each other.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But it's just when you look at height is a big stigma with things. You know what I mean?
Especially with basketball.
Especially if you over 6 something.
They already push you into that.
What, a 6'2"?
They get mad at you if you don't.
I think he's like 6. I think he's taller than that. I think he's like 6'5", 6'6", somewhere around
there. As a point guard?
Yeah, he's pretty tall. He's pretty tall, dude.
Okay, I thought the other was like 6.
But I mean, that was just the whole thing at that point in time. So you couldn't. People really looked at it like, oh man, he mad tall. Like, how you gonna be on stage rapping or whatever the case may be? But there are actually rappers. There are actually ball players that would fare good rappers and really good rappers.
Well, shit, you can even bring up Master P for that.
Yeah, you can bring up Master P, but he was more well known as a. It was really when you started to peel back the onion on Master P that you was like, oh wow, he was a baller. The world got to see that.
They didn't know that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And what's crazy is like I was just mocking. We'll pick one or the other, and then Lonzo's picking basketball, and Master P chose.
And that's why
I chose a former.
And that's why I just changed
the point guard. Do you think so?
And that's why I just changed my mind about it because I was like, because that's why I just changed my mind. I was like, yo, actually, I see it as him trying to push 2 lanes. Because maybe, like you said, his father was pushing him to be a ball player.
I mean, I think for me, it's just, I think they really go hand in hand, and having done both, it's a much deeper, root to it for me.
I think it helps
because it's within the culture, like we were talking about earlier.
It's very much within the culture because, I mean,
Man, listen,
basketball
like we were
in my
saying, when we
eyes
play
is
2K.
poetry in motion. You know
What you just said, what your
I mean, it's
came
basketball.
from,
Like I said, basketball in my eyes is poetry in motion. So it's like before you go out on that court to play a game, you're listening to music. As you're warming up, they're playing music.
Yeah.
It's a vibe created.
Even when you're the fan in the stadium when it's dead, they play music.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So I mean, it's a vibe that's created, and just I remember, like I said, it's a personal group. So I mean, for me, they go hand in hand so much that it's so easy to be involved in both.
On a basketball artist level, who do you think is probably some of the best? Because I know Kobe did it, Shaq did it.
Well, I mean, you got to look at. You could say who did it, but you got to look at
did
who.
Artest
Who is it? I don't even really care.
I could say
Artest.
I say like
album.
yeah, Artest put out an album.
did.
That's why I say like you could say who did it, but then you could say like who put out an album, who followed, who pursued. You know what I mean? And
But
it's a difference. You know what I mean?
I don't know how you break that in down.
I wouldn't really try to rank it.
Yeah, you can't.
You couldn't say that Shaq may be the best basketball
I think
MC of all time?
no.
Because
remember I was telling you Shumpert was doing it for a while, right? Shumpert,
Shumpert.
And I like actually I've heard
Shumpert busy. I heard some of that stuff. He
so,
busy.
but you look, they don't play his shit, so you don't hear it. See, they put Shaq though, but Shaq is big.
Pull it up. Is it cool?
I don't know if you could pull it up, but you could try.
But I mean, with him, I mean, it's like I said, I heard some of his stuff, and he actually do got pretty good stuff. But it's just everybody is gonna feel different about it. You know, Shaq did his thing, and Shaq really opened the door with dropping albums and showing that you could do both. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know, was like I said, one who was gonna be criticized hard because of his size and you know his character of who he is.
Yeah, hold on.
Try to have a nigga box them, so I watch them as they reach for the moment. I'm seizing the moment, yeah, I see in the moment. Feel the heat like a motor, and the engine's still running. Can't see where I'm going, feel fatigue from the smoking. On the beats, I'm a poet. On the streets, I'm a soldier. Play for keeps like the owner. In the Jeep doing donuts. Smoking weed like a grower. With a freak and she know it. Keep a leash on your woman. It's getting harder to process the nonsense. Gotta watch the wolves in sheep costumes. They are not who they seem, they're imposters. There's a code that we keep like we mobsters. Family dog for all the banks and I trust. Reading highway babies, my mantra. John Stockton couldn't push the rock better. Living legend, better yet a veteran. Better yet the king. Better bow with the presence of him. It's going down if I tell it to him. I got style that's better than him. Coded in my DNA. Go and check the bloodlines. You know I got blood ties. Know a bunch of Crips too. Don't move across the gun line. You won't make it back alive. Me, got an automatic drive. Always on the grind till my moment has arrived. Till it has arrived. Still that nigga fuck gay dog, moonwalk on the track, MJ flow. Care less about what a nigga hate for. Niggas act like they forgot, but they know. Go hard, all gas, no break. Gripping on the grain while I'm sipping on the drink. Lighting up the gas, let it blow in the wind. Had a mellow way, you can still catch a spin. As far as I'm concerned, niggas better than the attention. When it comes to mine, I ain't giving up the pitch. Peace, no crumb, not even a pinch. Just like the genie, cause they depend on the wish. Damn shame,
Like if you wanted to be a rapper, you would try to do that sound. You know?
What you saying is that nobody really, you giving love to everybody in basketball when it comes to the rap game?
What you mean?
I'm saying I think the greatest basketball rapper of all time gotta be Shaq. He got flows and he got numbers. Who got more lyrical prowess than Shaq, who's dropped an album in the NBA? and got numbers just all around. You were talking about Jay-Z, how you like how he stepped outside of hip hop and made it into like an entertainment industry. Shaq kind of did the same thing with basketball and into the hip hop.
Yeah,
I think this nigga just like Shaq.
Shaq is Shaq is Shaq definitely.
Said that to Shaq in his Orlando tenure.
Yeah, Shaq, Shaq definitely stepped out and
Yo, real quick, man, before I cut you, I'm gonna cut you off. Yo, remember we were talking. Where is Shaq from, yo?
Jersey.
Nah, Shaq is from Louisiana.
Nah, Shaq's from Jersey.
I'm trying to tell you that, B.
We gotta Google.
Well, we're not gonna Google that shit right now. I just wanted to settle my argument because I knew what I was talking about.
Nah, he's not from Jersey.
Anyway, Shaq is not the best fucking rapper.
Nah, he's not the best MC.
Nah, I liked some of the shit that he did.
I mean, I like a few of them. A few of them get busy. So
No, dude, like growing up, listen to Shaq was like, that shit is whack. And then when you got older, you got to.
All right, well, we're gonna get off the rap and basketball.
leave that alone.
Just know I shot a 3 with this conversation.
Yo, so what is it you was telling me earlier, man, about rap coming up like in sales over rock or whatever?
So for the first time in its history, hip hop has surpassed in sales the rock music genre. In 2017, they averaged 25% of all music sales, while rock did 23%.
Right.
And it says a lot because at the same time, there's a lot of music festivals that are going around that are no longer being highlighted by rock and roll or folk musicians. You know, a lot of those music festivals have a lot of folksy, weird bands and stuff.
Yeah, I feel
that's been cut out now. Hip hop is ruling that genre.
Well, I mean, I want to say, I mean, I don't want to sound cocky.
Like when you look at Coachella and events like that.
I mean, you got to think, man, it's the most powerful, in my opinion, the most powerful form because of its content and which it carries. You know what I mean?
Like I talked about in the first one, it carries a lot of different moods.
I mean, moods is just one element, because you got to think it's so much involved with it, and it's the power of voice.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So, I mean, granted, rock and roll, they had voice as well because they were saying things on their records as well, saying lyrics as well. Yeah. But for a long period of time with hip hop, it was defined with us getting the message across. That's where the whole outlook of the bars form comes into play because it was a message. We had to really force a message out.
And it was a strong message, and it was, I believe, I don't mean to cut you off, the difference between the message and that, since we're talking about messages and what they were talking about, is outlaw country music, where they were talking about they served time in prison and they were doing this, this and that. And it kind of transitions over with this different genre of music, and a lot of it didn't get much of the play, and I hate to bring race into it, but maybe just because of the color of...
Yeah, of course. That was like last time when we talked about like Vanilla Ice, people don't know his background. But look what kind of person they made him to be still to this day.
Cleaned him up.
Yeah,
made it into complete fucking...
I mean, the whole thing about it is, for me, it's just everybody has a struggle and a story to tell. If you born with that silver spoon, more props to you, whatever the case may be. But for the common part of it, we all got a struggle and a story to tell. You know what I mean? We're not considered thriving artists.
So that makes it sound. So that makes it sound like hip hop became the definition of that.
If you
got a story to tell, like if you have a story to tell and you want to sing it, it almost becomes now a hip hop genre.
Well, I mean, you got to
even look at people like Taylor Swift, who now became a bigger pop sensation outside of the music she originally did. You know what I'm saying?
The article that I just read, funny to say that, is Taylor Swift is being beat out by hip hop artists now.
Cause she can't go fully hip hop, you know that. You know what I'm saying? She can't give you those funky beats to dance to.
Well, I mean,
she probably could, but she not doing that.
No, her beats could get busy. I mean, you know, a beat is a certain part of it, you know. But like I said, it's another element to rap and to hip hop and point. Period. I mean, you know. A lot of your kids coming up or whatever the case may be, they're gonna dress like who they see in those hip hop videos. They're not really gonna dress like Taylor in her videos.
I was like 8 years old trying to put my clothes
back. Because she's not. I mean, you know, and but that's because she's not promoting the whole wear this, wear that kind of thing when she's in her video. Because first of all, she's a woman, and second of all, hip hop brings a lot of luxury and culture into it. Like you said, when it comes to basketball. You said the prime. I hate to cut you off. But you said I hate to. It's always have, but not more. It's a lot more now.
I hate to cut you guys off, but you said the key word that is carried with hip hop. That when other genres of music are spoke upon, that word comes nowhere near.
Yeah.
And that's culture.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? When hip hop is spoke about, when rap is spoke about, it's spoken about with culture. When these other genres are spoken about, they're not spoken. It's like they don't represent it as a culture. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to knock anybody or knock anything that they do.
We don't knock people here. We know it all.
Saying, all right.
So this is one of my things is I've always separated rap and hip hop.
Well, I mean,
that doesn't make any sense.
But I mean, because the masses did it. Yeah, I feel like you did that because the masses did it. Because being someone who just listens to that music never separated it at all. Because like I told you, look at my starting five, yo. You know what I'm saying? I jumped all over. They might have been from the East Coast, but I jumped all over the place with them. Like Battle Axe, you don't even know who the fuck that is. You know what I'm saying? And they were rappers, and they were probably white boys.
It's like I said, man. Rap, hip hop, it's moved as a culture. It's driven through a culture.
You let people separate it who accepted
we show and embrace the actual essence of just what music does and is to people. Yeah, pour me a shot, man. I definitely throw back a shot.
Do we got shot glasses?
It's gin, so you know I'm definitely gonna.
Yo, it's smooth, man. I ain't gonna front.
I normally do the Bombay, you know that.
I know, but I ain't gonna front. Yo,
we're not about to take you a class step up.
This nigga right here that hasn't stared me wrong yet.
Let's see what's up.
And he's bought some cheap shit to here, right? But he hasn't steered me wrong yet, yo.
Well, we're gonna see what we're working with.
Real tough. But no, but we were saying this Longitude show, man, and how right now hip hop, it seems like it's overtaking, like he said, the festivals. Mm-hmm. So instead of having a whole plethora of music at this Longitude festival, it's been taken over by like Migos and all these top selling hip hop artists right now. So that's what he was trying to bring up, and I was trying to bring up earlier, was that, you know, look how last year, you know, the sales went up 23% to this year, just over, you know, a couple months, correct?
Yeah, last year they closed out the year with 25 over 23%. In the rock,
yeah, and I mean that's major. I mean, you know,
I feel like that's a good look. Like that's
major.
I mean, as far as trying to push a positive thing, not to say that like it's just positive to be like, oh, we're pushing out another culture of music.
I mean, it's major, and I'm gonna say.
But did you ever think that hip hop, when we were growing up, like when we really wanted to be those rappers that we needed a deal, we wanted to have that deal? Do you ever think that this like it would be going that far?
I mean, I was too young to really kind of say
think that far.
See it that way, to think that far. But I will say this, and I mean, it had to be. You know, I mean, granted, in the world that we're in today, and all, despite all of everything we go through, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a vibe that can't be denied. You know what I'm saying? That a racist person. They racist out in the street, but in their room or in their car, when this song come on, you may catch them. They'll have the windows up, but they'll
little known history.
They'll get to their, you know, their zone.
Every single time rock and roll music began to die, hip hop brought it back. The first instance was Walk This Way with Aerosmith and Run DMC. And then the second time was Korn and Ice Cube and Limp Bizkit, that whole hip hop.
Who was playing that up last time? Korn and Ice Cube.
Well, I mean, they always collaborated
and Cypress Hill did that whole rock album,
but Cypress Hill was always blended between the both anyway.
I mean, you gotta understand, like, music is big, man, and shit. You know, it's a lot of things that hold people back from being who they possibly could be towards the next race, because racism still does exist. We're not gonna act like it doesn't. You know what I mean? But I feel like with music, it's like they were always able to show that unity. You know what I mean? They were always able to show, like, look, we could bridge the gap. Though we create to different sounds and we vibe to different instruments, we can still put those together and make something powerful, something bigger than you. You know what I'm saying? And that was definitely
exactly
that was the major aspect of what I took out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Money Life fan.
Yeah, shout out to all of those, man. Shout out to everybody involved, man. D-Mello. Like I said before, Omar, everybody, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Shout out, you know what I mean? My man, Fire. Y'all already know, man.
Shit.
But yeah, man, hip hop, like I said, it's a powerful thing, man, and it's only gonna get more powerful. You know what I mean? It's only reaching out and extending itself to more people and to more vast of countries where it wasn't reaching before.
Go ahead and search the article a little bit and give us more on about the longitude.
Yeah, I got it. So I just wanted to say one real quick thing though is that how we believe, like we big hip hop fans.
Pardon me, I'm gonna take this shot. I'm gonna see what you're talking about.
MELLO-ROOM, man.
You know, I'm gonna see what you're talking about with this.
Shout out to No Let's Gin for the Wet Floor Radio podcast.
Yo, and then the more you
smooth.
Yo, the more you come by too in the podcast show, we got the 10,000 drink challenge.
Oh yeah,
because I will be stopping through more. You know, I'm not gonna be a stranger. Y'all will see.
We got the 10,000 drink challenge, my nigga.
Okay.
So we gotta take when it officially starts, it's gonna be when the bar opens.
Okay.
You know how the bar looks. So.
Yeah. You get it together. It's coming along quite nice.
By the way, Mike has put together a very nice piece for us. I've been a little...
Yeah. I mean, you might have a bartender for you, when you take the
picture. Yeah, that's the bartender right there.
I'm the bartender. Like I said, we need an intern. Really.
Well, I don't know if I'm going to be rocking with all 10,000, but...
No, it's not all at one time. It goes on as episodes go on. So that just shows you how many episodes you're trying to put down.
Okay, so whatever episode I am around for,
you're gonna have to drink that we all.
I could live off that.
I was even thinking about
I'll taste it or I'll take a shot.
We're not trying to push 10,000 drinks on.
Yeah, we were thinking about doing basically go A to Z and literally do A from the beginning of the year to the Z.
That's not a bad idea.
And then,
so it also flows into his shit too.
A serious habit by the end of that.
Yeah, you definitely would.
You started with a serious habit. Maybe that'll help end it.
I don't know, man.
But the thing I think about is not bad is because we're doing the one drink for that episode.
I feel you.
So if it's a martini, that means we just drinking martinis all day.
Yeah.
If it's a frozen drink, we just drinking.
Like I'm not gonna be a martini guy all the time, but for that night with the book,
that's what I mean.
So I'm gonna shoot.
So that's the deal. Like that's the
frozen
deal.
Drinks for the summertime.
Yeah, but see, that's the deal though. But that's the deal. Like, so you say, yo, I'm gonna show up, I'm gonna pop up, yo. So if you pop up and we drinking fucking martinis, nigga, you got a drink machine.
I definitely will have.
Okay, that's
take part in it.
So it's not the 10,000 all at one shot or like half. Nah, it's
or 1 year or every episode.
I wouldn't last. Not now. Not anymore.
That's gonna be part second.
I don't think any of us survives. It just sounds like a bad idea.
Yeah, it does. But we're gonna do it regardless on both shows.
Oh yeah, both shows. So we're definitely doing 2 A's and 2 B's for the Brother Sister show. Damn, you guys don't like this?
don't even know what they are.
We don't
Shout out.
We don't smoke Indian cigarettes.
Shout out to American Spirits.
I don't really smoke cigarettes that much either. Don't shout out no fucking. Don't shout out tobacco on it. Do that shit on wet floor.
Yeah, man.
It's organic.
It's vegan.
Smoke vegan cigarettes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man, it's cool, man. Yo, so what else we got that, you know?
Oh, the Longitude Festival.
Oh, yeah. Elaborate more on the Longitude
like
Festival
I
itself.
was saying earlier, is it all coincides with one another. So I guess now what a lot of promoters are doing is that festivals that started off as rock or folk music festivals, you know, just small college band things, are starting to stray away from that and putting a lot more hip hop artists.
Yeah, name some of the artists that are in the recent lineup.
On the Longitude Festival.
Has this Longitude Festival passed or it's
No, it's coming up. It's for the 2018 Longitude lineup shows.
What month, what date, you know, so maybe people listening.
For all the UK massive.
Oh, it's in UK?
Yeah, it's in the UK.
Oh, yeah, fuck it. Just name it.
So this just shows the power that it is able to do.
Well, you know, remember we were talking about that. Remember, this is how deep it goes even to the rave. Remember we were talking about how the trip hop shit had a lot of UK rappers involved, and then the UK rap came out of that almost.
And all the DJs came here.
And then if people really did know shit about music sales and shit, they would know that a lot of rappers used to go quote overseas and make money off of records back in the day when Jay-Z were big. Yeah, they had a lot of rappers in those times. They used to go.
Onyx sells mad records in East Europe, Germany, Croatia, Poland.
They had a movie, a documentary about Onyx going to UK. They went into the traps of UK and everything.
I seen that.
You seen that shit?
I did see.
Yeah, I seen that shit a long while ago. But I think they're still doing that shit. I think Onyx is still touring out there.
They're still cautiously.
Why not cater to where why not go?
My bag tells
if you could have a lifetime chance to go.
And then you got maybe the taxes are different over there, and you can have it in an account on that side.
Well, it is. It's like having them offshore accounts. But who was the lineup for this shit? So people could know
so
just how who took over. You don't gotta start with them, but okay.
Yeah, I should have started from the bottom and went to the top, right? Because Migos is probably the biggest headliner.
But look, I like
that.
Travis
Scott.
That one's alright. Alright.
Travis Scott, I like Travis Scott.
Didn't we see him in Beecham one time?
I'm not sure.
And for the soul music,
was it Travis Scott?
There was a lot of. I don't remember a lot from Beecham nights. I hate to say it that way.
From the R&B sector, we got some Solange.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah.
Solange?
Solange.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she definitely had a major year last year.
Oh, that's good. Dude.
She had a year when she started smacking the shit out of Jay-Z.
Nah, man. I mean, she was doing her thing. She was on the radar. You know.
But she was always not on the radar, but she was always there.
I mean, yeah, she was doing a lot.
After her sister.
But, I mean, she actually was doing a lot. But, you know, it's what the people get projected to see that they go off. You know what I mean? But she was right, and she was doing a lot of major things that she's there for a reason. Let me put it to you that way. You know what I'm saying?
Hip-hop streams went up last year 74% on Spotify.
Yeah. But I guess a lot of people are like into the acting.
Money behind that.
Spotify has recorded.
A lot of people like Spotify.
No, I know they did. I mean, it was a battle between them and all these other major companies, but there's always somebody.
What they're paying in royalties is fucking crazy. Like companies like Pandora and Spotify, they lose a shitload of money.
Well, Pandora's more radio driven, isn't it?
Yeah, but every time one of those things played, it sends off.
You know what though? I'm not gonna say it's radio driven because if you type in a certain artist,
it's gonna play that genre, even down it has a lot of voice.
No, not even.
That'll come out.
Not even, because you know why? Because look, this is how I wind up listening to some of Jadakiss and Fabulous and shit. I just put it on Jadakiss station. Now they would play like 15 old Jadakiss songs, and then all of a sudden I would hear the Jadakiss, the new shit.
Well, no,
you know what I'm saying. So it's not so much radio station.
It's I'm not saying radio station,
and it's not genre. It's not genre either. It's almost kind of what you would find that style of rap under, like if you pick the Styles P station, you would probably hear a lot of Styles P. First of all, you probably hear
some locks.
You probably hear some. Of course, you would hear locks. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I believe me. I understand what you're saying, but I mean, what I was trying to say with the whole radio statement on it was just the fact that it's playing a multitude of songs in a set.
Yeah, you're
format.
Right.
That's what I was saying.
Well, how do you find a perfect song format for each individual person?
Well, this is what you do. Listen, I try to.
You don't got the answers. You don't got the answers, Ray.
I'm telling you, bro. Listen, I was a Pandora beta tester back in like 2006. Check it. If you got a station that you really, because a lot of people I like the station, and then once they see that all the music comes on, they're like, oh, I like that too, even though it's not so much.
See, Pandora's trying to market that shit because I played on my car, right? And you can press the liked button, and it's supposed to give you a list of what you like by, you're watching the song. If you listen to the song, you can press the button and like it's supposed to save it, but they want you to pay for it. They want you to pay for a service.
I thought it put the song in heavier rotation.
It does because I notice it, but there's also a thing that pops up on my phone while I'm doing it that says free trial, play all your liked songs.
If you
get what I'm saying? So they want you to pay for the songs that you.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that's a new thing, though. It's not. I'm not saying that's something you got to do. I'm just saying that it's something that Pandora's offering, but you got to pay for the service. They'll give you the free trial, but you can press if you come across a song on Pandora that you like and you want to hear all the time, you press and it saves it into a fucking file. But if you pay for this certain subscription through Pandora, you can always listen to that list of songs that you like. You don't never have. It's like your own personal station, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Cardi B's also going to be at Longitude.
Yeah, speaking of Cardi B,
she had a major, I would expect her to be.
And her record knocked out Taylor Swift.
I would definitely.
Speaking of Cardi B, on a side note, son, you know me with my conspiracy shit, man. I've seen a couple of videos lately, and she talking about she want to quit rap. Yeah, man.
I mean, I haven't seen it, but
Cardi B.
It might be cool.
I mean, we can. I mean, if you want to take the moment to, tube that shit, I've definitely seen the video. This girl was complaining about rap in the industry and shit.
She probably.
I'm usually about positive shit.
I bumped into the fucking hip hop Harvey Weinstein.
I mean, I don't know. I haven't came across it, but I mean, you never know. She's reached a different level of fame
that she thought.
So
bigger than she thought.
She could be dealing with a lot of different, emotions.
Bigger than she thought. Yeah, I think she hit a bigger pinnacle than she thought. That shit hit big, man.
I don't know if she bigger than she thought. I would say faster than what she thought.
Yeah, that's what I mean. She got bigger, faster.
Everybody, you would want to be as big as you possibly
could be. Come on, this off that black and yellow shit?
Nah, I mean...
Bodak
yellow?
Whatever,
yo.
Nah, she was putting in work. You know what I'm saying? She I
know, we know that shit.
You know what I'm saying? And I mean, that was just the big radio.
As a rapper yourself that appreciates artists, right?
Yeah.
All right, and we got to put girls in there too.
Okay.
But niggas wanted to front like they didn't want to sing that song. Right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
But that's what I'm trying to say. That's how big she became faster.
I can't front though. I've seen niggas doing that in they whips pulling up at gas station. But that's what I mean. It's not against nobody.
That's how influential that. But yeah, exactly.
But you know what I'm saying.
But what happened? That shit blew up so fast. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, when it blew up, so that's the whole thing, though, with anything that blows up so fast. It's not understood fully at the beginning.
And the interview...
So it's very... The opinion on it is very diverse because...
Yeah, I seen some YouTube videos of her and shit.
She got cut from a song.
It wasn't nothing... It wasn't nothing big. You know how I be on some...
Okay, so it was just something minor. I mean, yeah, because I would think she's doing way too well off.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
But, I mean,
Cam took this. Jay-Z took Cam off of a song.
Yeah.
Well, them nigga. That's part of the fucking
part of the business.
Yeah, bro. Listen, I know about it. Well, I don't know about it personally, but
I mean, my opinion, you can't dance at every party.
yeah, man, I feel the same way about
see
shit.
You may be offbeat at that party, so they take you off.
Because you're talking about people who are trying to make a living off of this.
Yeah, I mean,
that thing got to come out. You know, they got to give out a product that's perfect. And if you're not giving your best product, man, you can't be on it.
That's why Jay-Z stopped fucking with Petey Crack, because he wanted to smoke wet all the damn time.
Petey was my man. Petey was he was nice. He put out some joints.
Yo, he still drops some fire. His mixtapes are fucking great, to be honest with you, but they're all minute 30-second long, just straight mixtape joints. He's just dropping minute 30 seconds, maybe get 2 or 3 songs.
Yeah, but yo,
2 minutes.
he know. All right, so like you said, those are all mixtape joints, but there was a certain time in hip hop where mixtape joints became the fucking, you know.
Yeah, it became
Clue.
It was a short time. It wasn't a short time, but it was a quick time.
I mean, it took over because it was the back door for all
it was
freedom. You know, it's that back
but
door.
Do you maybe think mixtapes? No, mixtapes didn't fuck up the game as much as pirating and.
Mixtapes didn't do that. Like I said, like I was just saying,
mixtapes definitely brought a lot more people to the table.
I mean, you gotta understand something. It's like I'm gonna elaborate a little more on it. In my opinion, you know what I'm saying? Now, others may agree, others may disagree, but mixtapes were an artist's back door to.
That's what I'm saying. It brought out a lot more people to the table.
If you are under contract and you're supposed to put out 3 albums, and you have a board of people that are dictating what should be on the album, what shouldn't be on the album. You know what I'm saying? You're putting your heart and soul into this. You know what I'm saying? It was the back door for the artist to say, okay, well, here, this is for y'all. I'm going to jump and I'm going to do this. This is going to be a mixtape. It ain't considered an album. You know what I mean? This is what it is. Even though they were giving you albums worth of material, you know, and great albums. You know, you got to think, like, Lil Wayne smashed the mixtape circuit for a while.
That's where I fell in love with him, too.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that drew a lot more attention to mixtapes, because like me, I remember
Wayne brought more attention to mixtapes.
I'm gonna say this is wait a minute.
In the early 2000s,
I don't want you guys to get it confused. Check this out. I don't want you guys to get it confused because I've been around since mixtapes were tapes.
Yeah.
So in the sense of when I say that, the reason why I say that is because, like I said, I'm from Brooklyn, from New York. Like, when they were tapes, I remember when the dudes would be outside the corner stores with the table, and those were the essence of mixtape. Lil Wayne was nowhere near involved with that at that point in time.
He wasn't there.
You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, like I said before, how Jay-Z kind of took a career and transcended it. He took the art of the mixtape and transcended it to where people down south now turned on the mixtapes.
Yeah.
People everywhere turned on the mixtapes. You know, you got to think about it. When you were pushing product for older artists that really did the struggle and the grind, that they pushed their work out the back of their trunks. In essence, those are considered mixtapes.
Of course, that's.
You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, when it comes to that one particular artist, and you think, all right, when did he really start to cross the board, define
E40 made $1 million out of his trunk.
I mean, it's a few of them.
Mixtapes.
His own mixtape.
And even one of my favorite groups, Wu-Tang, did it.
Too Short did it too. It's a lot of them that did it.
A lot of people do it.
You know, and that's how they were really making their way, and that's what was trailblazing the way for this, because it was
that's why
people didn't want.
And that's why I say it brought a lot more people to the table. It brought a lot
you know
more
what I'm saying?
people
But
to
that's
the table.
why I say that. When I say that comment with Lil Wayne, it was just because when you think of what defined Lil Wayne and when he really started to turn the ear.
Was his mixtapes?
It was the mixtapes.
But you're right.
And it was him giving you his freedom as an artist, as opposed to going through a label and
having to judge what songs get played,
getting this song cleared. You know, it was his freedom. It was, yo, look, I'm going in and I'm going.
I ain't gonna front, man. I feel like after he did the mixtapes with Jewels is where he
Yeah, I mean, their whole little combination, you know what I'm saying? And he was involved with it because I think he was involved with it because Dipset was killing the market with mixtapes. So you got to remember, before I say what Lil Wayne did, with mixtapes, I'm not gonna exclude the fact that 50 Cent sold 3 million copies of a mixtape.
And that's what I was going to bring up after you were finished. I was going to say
50 Cent did something that was unthinkable with a mixtape.
Almost kind of
and in retrospect, when you look at numbers, he definitely did.
But I couldn't argue that shit because, like you said, there's a lot of people who do it. And like I said, one of my favorite groups is Wu-Tang. And Wu-Tang, that's fucking how they started, was how the Trump selling their mixtape. Yeah. So, like, I don't take that away from that.
See, but with 50, it was like, when he was that Columbia artist, he had to
use his mixtape,
and that album had it dropped. Well, I feel would have been something.
Being someone who did that pirating and shit, I know that 50 used the mixtape for that signed label, and that was dope to me. That's why I was gonna say Lil Wayne. I feel more 50 kinda because he was able to take his mixtape and turn it into a commercial album and make this.
Well, yeah, 50.
He made more sales then, but he didn't have to do no work.
And
he didn't have to do no work. You know what I'm saying? He already had to work there.
Well, I mean, you gotta think. Who knows how much he made in the process of putting in the work on that? Because that had to generate a buzz. Or they were like, all right, we gotta make this.
Still never. You can't.
Brought a DJ Lantern,
but you can't say that. Yeah. But that's the DJ era, and I understand that because that's what I wanted to be. I wanted to be the DJ era until I learned how to more do the rap thing. And then my thing was,
some artists,
and like you said, you wanted to talk about DJ Clue and all those other people that were bringing dope rappers too.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
They all were bringing dope rappers.
But at the end of the day, DJs are always behind the scene. That's why it didn't last long because all DJs are producers. You know, like I'm not gonna really sugarcoat shit. DJs are producers.
I mean, they're producers, they're composers.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the producer. That's the producer. That's the engineer. That's the person that if we were in Studio 1025 cutting the beat, and then I gotta lay you down your vocals, and then I gotta finish it all up and mix it up and make it sound like a blended song to make a person outside of this dance to it. I'm a fucking DJ, B.
I mean, you're composing.
Because but you gotta understand, having DJ background, I understand what the DJs do to make you do what you do.
But in the essence of when
and they be on that EQ. They be on that EQ, they be on them faders.
Of course, but in retrospect, in essence of a true DJ, if they can't get busy on those two turntables,
if you're a producer and you can't get busy on the boards, then you ain't got shit either. And that's what separates Timberlands and all these other people from people that we our own selves try to collaborate with, because like you said, some people just have a knack for it, some people don't. But that's what I mean. And in retrospect, at the end of all be all, the DJ became the producer and the MC became the hype man almost.
I mean,
for the DJ.
The
MC almost became
a little bit of everything because, in my opinion, a good, great artist has input in all of it.
So, like,
you know what I'm saying?
But you know what's crazy is, for me, good, great artists that got that kind of what you're talking about are people like Prince and Michael Jackson.
I think Prince is a better musician than Michael Jackson because Prince actually composed a lot of his own music.
I'm not going to try to compare them. I'm not going to compare. I'm not going to
He was an actual composer of music.
But listen, I'm not going to compare the two to the two because, like you just said, he was a composer of music. Michael Jackson was raised to be a singer.
He was a creator of
a composer with the vocal cords.
Yeah, with the.
So you can't compare the two because maybe what if you were to say if they ever collabed, they probably would have made the fucking. They would have been the next Beethovens and shit. You know, like some dumb shit. You know what I mean?
My father and I had this conversation with him, and he was a big fan of Michael Jackson too, but he always used to call me maricón. But we were talking about one day, what if he would have transitioned to another genre of music? Like if he would have went back to soul like he did when he was a kid. But in that 1990s genre, that baby face.
Well, you can what if or
genuine,
whatever,
or even country or something.
You can what if. You can what if or whatever. But for me, and like I told you before, I'm probably not as talented as most people. But what I try to do is almost improve that and add what I know of it. Like I'm totally influenced by hip hop culture, but I love all types of other music. So when I even try to write something or I'm trying to listen to a beat or something, if I'm feeling that nostalgia from that type of music, then I kind of go with it.
Yeah, I definitely. I mean, I got a wide catalog of music, so I definitely take the same outlook on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, word up. MELLO-ROOM.
MELLO-ROOM all day, and I'm feeling quite mellow right now.
Yeah, see, I told you.
Buzz is wearing in. I'm good.
I told you gotta trust this guy sometimes with this bullshit, because
I'm locked in and I'm loaded. But yeah, man, congratulations on this, man. This is definitely a good wave.
I hope we do something.
Yeah, this is a good wave, man. You know.
Let's give Ooze a shot.
You want to take
I'll do one more. Yeah, why not? Live in the moment, right?
Big Ooze, man. Good looking here, man.
Yeah, man. I appreciate the invite. You know, you guys.
Well, you're not invited.
I can't wait for my invite on the wet floor.
No, I told niggas before,
the wet floor. Though, I know when I go to the wet floor, I'm going there to get towed down.
Yeah, that's a different whole. That's a look. We can't talk about that on.
That's gonna be. I may need a driver that night.
This is a family show.
Yeah,
I'm gonna need a driver that night.
It's a family show. You know.
I'm gonna need a driver that night. Okay.
It's a family show, man. I'm trying to shout out the rappers, yo. Come on, man.
I'm just showing love. I'm showing love.
Nah, I know you definitely gonna show love. But look, what I was saying was, you don't have to take the invite because you with me on the coalition. This is my nigga. I shouted you out. I'm telling you, son. Like we gonna be here. I just want people to get to know you. I want them to, get to know who they working with. It's me and you.
Wide range of topics.
It's me and you right here in Florida. We got Demon Love in Brooklyn. God knows.
Shout out to Demon Love.
God knows what the man be doing. God knows what that man be doing sometimes.
That's my man.
But he gonna get it together.
Day one.
Yes, sir. And I ain't gonna. He been holding.
I can't wait till he do come through, because then that's something we can elaborate on. We can talk about.
Definitely gonna chop it up with that.
It's a childhood friend, so
But other than that, the invitation is not an invitation, nigga. It's almost like you gotta kind of be here, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's what's up.
We buying three extra mics, like for you, nigga. Not for no.
I got that.
Like nigga need to go have an empty mic here.
Believe me, I will be involved, and I will be. You got.
Nah, but I told him before, you be getting to your bag, and that's what we, that's what we all about.
Yeah, definitely.
So, we appreciate it more than anything. You gotta get to that shit.
Progression is key, so
have to progress. And the only way to progress is the dialogue, and that's why we all got to come here to Studio 1025 do the podcast.
Definitely, and it's all coming together quite well. So for artists out there that are looking for places to really bring their vision to sight, it's a good spot to come through. So definitely be on the lookout.
Yeah, definitely.
Studio 1025, you heard?
MELLO-ROOM.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Good luck, man. Good luck, Ooze.
Oh, we need some jazz.
We're not even that mellow yet, though.
Nah, I'm chilling, man. I'm good. You already know.
Yeah, I might have to fucking bother you for another one of them shit.
Yeah, man, do your thing.
Until we can go get to the store or something.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? But
where did your tobacco go?
Let me ask y'all some questions, man, because
well, we're the fucking host. Well, I'm the host.
But let me
I kind of like this though. He about to turn the table.
This is gonna be called segment. Ooze segment.
I only give it to you for this because this is the second episode.
Yeah, this is Ooze segment. Ooze segment is turn the tables.
Okay. And that's just for because the table's round.
Yeah, turn the tables. So whichever way it go.
All right, hit us.
All right,
you gotta go to him first, though.
You gotta go to him first. Yeah. It's going to you first.
Yeah, you gotta go to
you first.
Oh shit.
It's going to you first. All right. So Lucas, now my question to you is, you know, with the podcast and with the artists, because there are two different avenues that you're exploring. You know what I'm saying? What is your genuine outlook on where you're trying to go with both avenues?
Okay, people know me like I take on a bunch of shit at one time. There's some things I gotta erase and get rid of, but as far as these two avenues,
ADD.
Yeah. But as far as these two avenues, the podcast, I'm reaching out to the podcast because I feel like I still want to reach out to people, and it seems like nowadays, and I don't know what you want to call it, but I seem like nowadays a lot of people gravitate to the podcast, and I like the podcast, but that's just me because I like to think a lot, and that's what I want to do with this. I want to make people think about what's going on.
Man, you have to dialogue.
But as far as
when you talk to people who are usually not comfortable talking with other people, you kind of make their mind click.
Yeah, and I'm bad with that too, and I'm trying to break that habit. Being an older man, I'm trying to make myself better. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I am with the whole positive. But as far as like the podcast and me being in the music genre, I do understand at a certain point I am older, you know what I'm saying? And there's only so much you can do within hip hop being a certain age. And tomorrow, you know, somebody might gravitate to my music and like that shit, or they might never click. But I still want to be part of the culture. And I still want to help the culture. It's not, I really already feel like I've made a mark, because me making a mark is like doing what I do in life. I've went and partied life, hung out in the streets. You know, I've done 9 to 5s. I've tried to do some schooling. You know, that's my mark for me.
5 to 9s.
5 to 9s, yeah, you know.
Working at warehouses overnight.
And that's, for me, that's my mark. The music part of it is because I totally love it, yo. Okay. Because I love music. Like I told you, man, when I have memories of that shit. Like, you have the elephant memory. I got like long-term memory. I can't remember shit that happened 2 seconds ago. But I remember being a kid, and that was good memories for me, being with my sister. And she was, and the reason I brought that up earlier was because, funny thing is she tried to pursue a career of being a VJ. She had connections in, what is that, 105 what is the major radio? Yeah. She has radio connections in there to this day. She was an intern.
Yeah, that's what's up.
You know,
that's fucking really cool.
Yeah, so you know, and funny thing is that you didn't know is she was interning when we first started this.
Wow.
And you know, and I always told you guys in the beginning, like I got people, but I can't use them because we don't got shit.
I gotta connect, but
yeah, I was like,
I ain't never use it.
We don't got shit, and even like this trip I'm trying to take, I gotta touch out to my media marketing dude in Jersey. So you know, and the thing is like, and that's why you asked me, like, you know, why I'm trying to get out of this is I'm trying to give you everything. I want product to be made. You know what I'm saying?
So what 2 products?
We're trying to product this podcast, and we're trying to product our music as coalition. If I can get you out under a coalition and it helps Money Life Fam grow, then it helps you grow, and then you help coalition, and you help Wet Floor, and you help MELLO-ROOM, and you help Studio 1025.
Definitely.
It's the same reason why we shout out D-Melo's name, because D-Melo's up in Brooklyn right now, putting our name on something that he's doing as his project. So now I have to go out there and touch base with him to make sure that he's following plan. So that if that's the case, then look how much we've accomplished just letting them know who we even are in the less than 2 months of 2018. And like I said, we've been working together for a while.
Yeah, definitely.
And it wasn't coalition before.
Yeah, now we got years under the belt, TFE.
So, you know, and we make decent music, B.
Yeah.
You know we do. And we know we're not like the fucking next greatest thing to hop out of a fucking garage.
We could be.
But we could be.
You know.
And that's why Ray's here, because Ray...
Now, Ray...
We turn the table.
I ain't gonna forget you. My table is now spinning towards you, buddy. All right, now Ray.
You drink for this one.
Yeah, you can take this one, man.
I hope you understood. I know I'll be on some elaborate bullshit.
I got you. I definitely got where your aim is at with it and what you trying to
He did a good job as another great co-host. He reeled it back in for a
This the
second.
coalition, nigga. We in here.
I got you.
We in
But,
here, nigga.
right now, I'm going to you with the whole wet floor thing. What is the main objective
This is
of
something I wanna
wet
know, too.
floor?
The main
Question. Is it to get as drunk as you possibly can to see if you end before the podcast ends? Or is there a bigger motive behind it? Let me see what's up here.
Well, the motive is actually to get people on the show and to see if they could finish before the podcast.
Okay.
Not necessarily myself.
Okay.
But Wet Florida actually started on it as I wanted to bring in more comedians to the Central Florida area and hype up, just like everyone is trying to do for years in the music scene, is to big up other musical artists. I wanted to do things with Central Florida comedians.
Okay.
And there's a lot of good ones.
Yeah, there is. I actually got a couple friends that are comedians.
The only one that I think really made it out is the Dominican dude on YouTube.
Yeah.
He's a little
Yeah, I seen that with the videos and all that.
Juan James.
Yeah.
He's done pretty good, you know. So I just want to bring. There's a forefront of really funny people here. And all
Yeah,
that.
it is a lot.
And that's what it started out as. But it just became so increasingly difficult to work with these other type of artists that now what I'm doing is I'm bringing a podcast and I'm bringing all Central Florida artists. You could be a painter. You can do,
Okay, so now the term of art grew.
Yeah.
It's being recognized now in a wider scope.
Exactly.
I got you.
And it's just to come to Wet Floor, have a good time. I love to joke around. Nothing is.
I feel you. Yeah, liquor always loosens up the atmosphere. It always loosens up the atmosphere.
I ain't
So,
gonna front. We probably because we're still working on this shit. But to elaborate on that more, is this nigga is a funny ass, dry home humor, dickhead motherfucker. And the reason why I support the reason why I support his Wet Floor is because I am one too deep down inside. The reason why the positivity.
I like that was very. That straightened up my outlook on what the Wet Floor is.
He's a comedian. He's a fucking.
I want to bring people in who.
He's funny. He's a funny
do
guy.
certain jobs, and I just
definitely.
I just want them to lighten up and laugh. Let's just
shit.
Don't feel offended. I really don't think that there's any boundary when it comes to comedy.
Nah, none at all. Laughter, comedy's good for the soul.
Exactly.
I mean,
And look, that still falls under our culture.
Yeah, it's art. It's all art. It's vision brought to life. So,
like I said, the coalition.
All day. You already know.
We taking over shit, yo.
And then was Ooze turning the tables?
My segment of turning the tables with Ooze.
So you're gonna have to write that down. That's a turning the tables.
Turning the tables with Ooze.
That's only when he comes here. And he's gonna have to remember that shit on his own, cause I ain't gonna bring it up.
Well, I'm about to actually make a move. Cause I got
Alright, man, it was good.
Got a few moves to make.
Yeah, man, it's good. You came through, big dog.
Yeah, definitely, man. I appreciate the extended arm on this.
Yeah, man. So you already see where we at.
Sorry it took me so long to actually get in the scene.
It didn't take you long because it's when I release this shit. When
I'll be here. Yeah, I mean, I feel you. But now, I definitely will be in the building a lot more than trust.
So at least you see, like, at least we.
Now, hold on, wait, because y'all
trying to be somewhat educated.
Before I do break out, because I heard some on the last segments that I was listening to.
Definitely.
For those that don't know, they already got 2
you almost
cuts.
forgot about that.
Hold on, they already got 2 cuts.
Let
me plug this, because they already got 2 cuts and 2 episodes that y'all need to listen to right now. As far as with the MELLO-ROOM, the Wet Floor, there are definitely a few episodes, because I actually had the privilege of being shown by my man Ray, and there are a few episodes of the Wet Floor. So I need to check that out. We
just working on the website to get better.
And definitely get in, man. Throw your feedback in, positive. Like I said, positivity will be help with the progression. So,
and since Ooze is shouting everybody out, I'm gonna shout Ooze out. So hopefully he can come to both the podcasts.
Yeah, definitely.
As a special guest every time.
Definitely,
even to shout out Ooze. What is the SoundCloud account we can start catching his music on?
So it was SoundCloud.
You can't even remember this shit.
Oh shit,
You gotta be more prepared, man.
We definitely do, man.
You're supposed to produce. You're supposed to be the producer, and this is not even the paperwork.
That's crazy.
It is. I believe it is at Ooze at SoundCloud.
Well, like I said,
it's UZI right now.
We're doing the construction on it right now, so y'all definitely will be catching a lot coming in rapid forms.
Yeah, it is. You just gotta pay attention because it could pop up tomorrow.
Very, very soon. It will be pushed out. I will use social media to push it out.
I told you, 2018. Why don't
I don't really be on it that much, but you know, I definitely.
You don't have your
I peek from here.
You don't have an IG.
Yes, I do have an IG.
Yeah, what's your IG?
718.
Spell it for him.
UZZY_718. UZ718.
At least you can check out what the man look like.
See, you can definitely see me put the face to the voice.
Definitely gonna start.
And he does have a SoundCloud, but I'm fucking halfway retarded.
Yeah, listen. This is the second episode.
Like I said, it's under construction. Don't worry about it. We got a lot.
You can still find us. You can still find us.
Yeah, you can definitely find us through the MELLO-ROOM, which is MELLO-ROOM
at Gmail.
.wordpress.
Now wait. Hold on. I don't mean to cut off the shout outs and the plugins, but like I was saying, there's a question I want to ask before I get out of here because I heard you guys the top 5 list.
Listen, okay.
So
I gotta put this segment in because I was supposed to remember this shit real quick before you get out of here. There's 2 things you gotta go through. Real quick. Okay. This is Ray's favorite segment because he's a weirdo.
Okay.
We ain't gonna discuss that.
See, I can't get too crazy. But this is gonna elaborate to an hour.
No, it's not gonna elaborate to an hour.
It'll be a part 3 to this if that's the case.
It's like a pickup game of basketball.
Okay.
But what's your favorite rappers?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you got 5.
So you got your starting 5 and 2 that come off your bench. But
damn,
they don't have to be like I picked up mine from East Coast.
This is a hard. That's a good way to actually. Put.
Remember, I got 2 things to ask you. So this is the first one.
Okay.
So
and he asked for it, so he was like, "Hold on, before we end the segment."
He remembered. That's crazy. He remembered. I brought it up. I forgot.
Because I heard this was like a big thing. That
we're trying to fucking listen. We're gonna start a bracket.
What were your 5 and let me hear what you got.
My 5, man. Oh shit.
Give him your top 5 first.
Let me hear what you
hand them over to me. I have them right here.
Okay. So my top 5.
I have them right here.
I gotta explain.
You got on paper. We don't got the SoundCloud on paper.
It is on paper. This is a lot of paperwork.
There's just a lot of paperwork going on.
So
a lot of
let me see what we got here.
All right, so let me explain this first. Okay, so like I got a top 5, but my count is different.
Okay.
So like I got Wu-Tang on there. Okay. But if you had to pick one person, pick anybody from Wu-Tang as one of the people.
My opinion?
No, my opinion.
Okay.
You asked for my top 5.
Yeah,
and my
sounds like a bag of bullshit. How are people supposed to create a bracket off of that?
That's just starting 5.
Okay, so I guess I'm gonna have to narrow it down.
Yeah.
Let's say so off the Wu-Tang, I will go with Ghostface.
All right, write it down though. You gotta write it down.
It's right here, man. You don't gotta tell me nothing. Okay. The second one was Biggie.
Okay.
Then I got Talib Kweli.
Okay, that's nice.
Then I got Nas.
Okay.
Now this is where it kind of comes difficult again with the group shit because I can't remember the specific names of these people.
So you have 4. This is gonna be.
But this is Battle Axe. It's a group called Battle Axe.
I do remember that group. I can't remember all of them.
I can't either, and I was trying. Yeah, I was trying to explain that last time. Like I swear to God, I heard Buckshot was on it, but I can't remember. Maybe he just collabed with them or something. Anyway, then I got Mos. No, that's not mine. I got Wu-Tang, Biggie, Talib, Nas, and Battle Axe. That's the 5, right? Okay, then I'll go with Fab. He's my 6th man, definitely. Okay. Even if I had a different 5. Okay. Then number 7.
Who's he picking off the locks?
You really want me to be real about it?
Are you picking up the locks?
You already know who I'm gonna pick. You already know who I'm gonna pick.
I hope you
Jada. I'm not picking Jada. Yeah, she Luch.
Alright, so that's your 7.
Yeah.
That's a hard 7. That's a hard 7.
She Luch
is
like a hard 7 to bring to the court of rap.
He's like, yeah.
That's a hard 7 to bring to the court of rap. Alright, Ray, what you talking?
Alright, I got Ray shit here right here. Okay. So Ray first said Outkast because he was trying to follow my whole genre of group shit, and so he crossed that out and he went with Pun as number 1.
Okay.
Then he has Vinny. Who's Vinny? Elaborate. Is it Vinny Paz? Elaborate.
Mind Tricks.
Oh, okay. I thought
Jedi Mind Tricks.
By nature.
Oh, yo, Vinny is nice for me.
Oh, well, there's a Vinny in the...
Yeah.
Oh, so look, I'm off. Oh, look, they're about to crucify me for hip-hop words.
Okay, then he went with Ice Cube. And then he went with Scarface. Then he has Mos Def. That's 5, right? Pun, Vinny, Ice, Scarface, Mos Def.
Yep.
Okay, and then his 6th man is Black Thought.
Wait, say the 5 over. I'm sorry.
His 5 are Pun, Vinny from...
Vinny Pass from Jedi Mind Tricks.
Okay, and then Ice Cube. And then Scarface.
Okay.
And, yo, real quick. Yo, Scarface did the song with the video with the fake Tupac nigga hanging, right?
Yeah, that's...
Okay, that's... What is it? Smile for me. That's what I'm trying to...
Oh, that was the video.
Yeah. And Mos Def is his 5th.
Okay, that's a good 5.
He ain't got no big man.
Who's
He ain't got...
He got plenty. Who's your 6 and 7?
6th man coming on the bench is Black Thought.
That's a good one.
And then this is a Hispanic artist. It's Residente.
Okay, I've heard of him.
I've
heard of him.
And he's a Puerto Rican rap artist.
I'm half Puerto Rican, so
if you didn't know,
I'm in touch with my roots.
Yeah. I got an origin story with that dude too, and I just put him on there. Just
so that's our teams right there, man.
Okay,
that's his team. That's
good
my team.
To bring him to court. Good 7s to bring him to court of rap. I like that.
Right. So
because it's just a pickup game. It's not serious over here.
Well, let's find out what big oozes are.
Okay. Now we going. Oh shit.
Yeah, it's hard to think about it now, right?
It's hard when you think about it. It is hard.
And then he was trying. I don't want to. He was trying to block me for going East Coast, and I'm just going off of what. Exactly.
I don't want to be biased with that. You know what I'm saying?
And I did want to put Pac in there, but I just.
But you know, I went based off of what influenced me and what I listened to, and that's what was hard. And that's what was hard with Wu-Tang and Locks.
Exactly.
Because I like all three of me.
You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to not include it.
I put it. This is the way I put it. Since
I guess I could embody it in one artist.
I wanted to put it into an artist that can beat the other, and maybe.
Yeah, he was trying to like more from 7 into 1.
Like a real game, like if they really had a freestyle out there on the courts.
Yeah, I mean that's always a question that it's like it's almost like it's hard to go with, because it's like saying, well, this artist could beat that artist on any given day, whoever has their better day.
Yeah.
So it's like it's
well, remember it's the bracket,
but it's all about your preference. It is your preference and who you.
He's wasting time to think of it.
No. Let me get to what I'm doing.
We should play some basketball.
All right, because I don't want to leave nobody off.
You gotta play the hard and low type of shit.
I'm gonna go. Number 1 is gonna be Jay-Z.
Yeah.
That's gonna be my number 1.
We need more sound effects, Ray. Write that down.
Sound effects.
My number 1 will be Jay-Z.
Jay-Z? I knew you were gonna say
That's gonna be Jay-Z.
But you gotta understand, like, but hold on. Before number 1 is Jay-Z, but remember, picking them in order doesn't necessarily mean that's your order.
Okay, so then
because you remember this is your team, so you can bench on it.
Full of rules. Nobody can pick a team that's already been
picked.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you can pick to
your players wise.
Yeah, player wise.
I respect that. So Jay-Z. Nas.
Jay-Z, Nas.
Start up.
Jay-Z, Nas.
I try to avoid Nas.
Now, Nas is you know why?
He's my favorite rapper of all time.
Really?
Nas then Pun.
Nas then Pun.
Biggie Smalls.
You gotta pick Biggie. I hope you pick Biggie from fucking Brooklyn.
Come on, nah, that's not a question. It's not a question.
I'm not even from Brooklyn. I picked Biggie.
Now we talking with my influences, right?
Yeah, it's your influence.
I'm gonna spin everybody. This is where I'm gonna spin everybody. Check it out. Everybody West Coast. Tupac is definitely down. Put Tupac.
That's 4 already.
Put Tupac. That is 4. Now this is where I'm going to spin everybody. And granted, like we said, it isn't.
In any particular order.
It isn't. But you know.
Yeah,
Jay-Z is your number one, though.
Yeah.
Because we already discussed that.
All right. So, my number 5.
even though I was using a basketball analogy, because my number 5 would have been punt, because he would have been like,
My number 5 is going to be Snoop.
That's a good pick, yo.
Snoop.
I like Snoop
I
too.
debated between Snoop and
I like
Scarface.
Snoop too, man, because you know I really when Snoop came out, that's what gravitated me towards the West Coast to go into Pac and shit.
This nigga put cheat codes in.
I can't put.
for his-
I can't. He said cheat codes. It does, right? When you add the little letters.
My
and all that
number
shit.
6.
He took one name rappers.
My number 6 is T.I.
That's another great one.
T.I. was dope, man. I miss good.
And remember,
T.I.
this is in no order. I'm just calling out.
Nah, let's.
I was actually thinking about
That's your start. Hold on. You got
And I
1,
started
2, 3, 4,
debating.
5. You got one more, B. You got
one more.
I said
I got
Bree.
one more.
Bree.
Damn, and I can't choose Fab because you already chose Fab, right?
I mean, you already chose Nas too.
Oh shit, you did.
I should have chose Outkast and chose Andre 3000 because he's really good at passing the ball.
All right, so let me
That
just
takes
say
away
this.
all
Let me
your
say
favorite
this.
in
Let me
there.
say
Yeah, I
this.
know.
I mean, you got Ice Cube, but he's short.
Let me say this. My number 7 is Fab.
Okay, I'll give you that. Cause
No, you can't pick it. He has.
I know.
He picked Nas too,
But this is why I
Yeah,
said.
Nas?
This is why I
Yeah.
said I'm gonna change it because I want to play by the rules. I want to play by the rules. So, you know, Nas and Fab are in my original. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But to play by the rules, I will change those two.
All right, so we'll
So
give
who
you.
am I left with if I change them?
We'll
Put an
give,
asterisk above it.
yeah, we'll give you the cross outs because we did it to ourselves. Too.
All right, so I got to cross off 2, and that would be Fab and Nas because
Yeah.
Mike originally has them on his.
They're like free agents.
All right, Mike has them on his original. So
They're looking for better contracts.
Yeah,
let me see.
Might start a hip hop gambling pool.
Let me see. Let me see.
like how they do the.
By the way,
football.
that would be on Wet Floor Entertainment because
Let me see. I want to juggle
Mike's
it up a
against
little bit. I
gambling.
want to juggle it up.
Don't listen
I
to
want to
him.
juggle it up. So I'm gonna go with.
we gotta cut
I'm
that
gonna go with
we go.
essence of it, and I'm gonna go with.
I feel like I'm making you cut too much
Which
people
one?
out though.
No, I cut 2. I'm gonna.
But that's what I'm saying. Like I don't mind. Like I don't
I'm gonna
mind
go with
you-
somebody of the essence.
I don't mind at least one player.
I'll
So
do
pick
2.
Fab and now.
No, I'll do 2 because it was 2 that you originally chose on your list.
Okay.
So I'll play by the rules.
All right,
Now,
but they still like they're like yeah.
and there's so many great ones that. I mean, there's so many great ones that I could put in the slot.
you're over your
You know what I'm
salary
saying?
cap right now, bro.
But I'm way over my. I play with the luxury tax, so I'm okay.
New York.
I play with the luxury tax. I
He's
play
from New York.
luxury all
What do you
day.
expect?
My cap
They hire Mello
is
and-
well extended. My cap. But you know what I'm saying. Being that I gotta flip those 2, like I said, I wanna juggle it, and I wanna go beyond. I want to go beyond what I already
That
stated.
Coney
What
Island
the artist
reference,
already
when you used to
stated.
seeing clowns, I'm gonna go ahead and juggle it.
No. I'm just gonna go beyond, you know, what I already stated because that all kind of fitted in one era.
Yeah.
So that's why I said it was
Okay.
hard choosing those artists.
Yeah. I know.
But I'm gonna go back further and I'm gonna say
How many does he have so far?
Rakim.
We got 7.
Rakim will put me at 6. I do have 7, but I had to take off.
So I'll give you Rakim.
I'm gonna put Rakim with the Nas, so that'll be like boom. Because I can't say
They're like if Rakim breaks his ankle, Nas comes in for
I
Rakim.
can't say Nas because Mike got Nas on his list.
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
You might be able to do that.
because look, that's how I look. Because look, what happens is I got Wu Tang, so I got like 8 players already right there. So you know, you can have Nas when Wu Tang is playing.
Oh, so I need to
Alright,
extra
so
man
it's one
myself?
entity.
Yeah.
Alright, so now in place of Fab,
He got a group too, though. So
my
don't be
new
mad about it.
school.
I don't got no group. What group?
Okay,
Let me see.
I brought them
Damn.
out.
but there's still
It's hard because I want to
They're
put
part of the
Jada. I
original.
want to put Jada there.
Jada.
Yeah.
I know you did. No, I didn't. But
Jada. It was hard because I was gonna put a new school who I
really wanted to put.
I think this dude got it right. I think this dude's gonna be very serious, like within like the next coming months and shit. So I was gonna say Nipsey Hussle. Shout out to
he's blowing up. He's been around for a while though.
He has been around.
He's blowing up right now.
You know,
because you want to know why.
Nipsey's from Brooklyn too, right?
Nah, Nipsey from Cali.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, that's a Cali. You know what I'm saying?
And not to do, I don't know.
What part of Cali? Not cheap, you know what I mean? Like
he from Slauson, which is Compton.
Okay, so he's from the same area.
I mean, I ain't gonna go into how deep of it because I don't really.
No, from
you know what I'm saying, but he's from that area, and yeah, you know, I see big things out the dude, and so salute him. You know what I'm saying?
All right, cool. So
Kendrick
that's your 7.
Kelly Jamal is
he could have easily been put on.
So that's just he could have, but we're talking about us. You know, like he's not.
Definitely.
He wasn't an influence to be a rapper.
Yeah, definitely. Like he came out with him.
Definitely. I just juggled the game a little bit by putting a new.
He could probably be somebody.
All right, so that's your so I got your 7 down.
Yeah, I juggled the game.
I got your 7 down
with the old school.
So
I got your team. I got your team. So. Alright, so to recap, Lucas's team is Ghost from Wu-Tang. Mm-hmm. But remember, I got all the Wu-Tang. We can pick any one. If Ghost break his leg, I got 8 more backup.
I got you.
Right. Biggie. Definitely gonna say Biggie. I know you chose Biggie too, but Biggie was definitely like big for me.
Biggie was that.
Even though I'm not from Brooklyn, he was a big influence on me. Alright. Talib Kweli, dope lyricist. Nas, we both picked Nas, we both know why. And Battle Axe. Battle Axe, we just gotta find that shit because it's hard to find. 6 Man is Fab. You got Fab too, and we both know why. And then I got the locks at the end, but I'm gonna go with Chic Luch because I'm always an underdog picker.
That's a hell of a just.
All right, Ray got Pun or Outkast, but we gonna go with Pun. And he said if he picked Outkast, he would go with Andre 3000. So that's his backup.
Because he's good with an assist. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's that first song.
Vinny Paz from say again.
From Jedi Mind Tricks.
Jedi Mind Tricks. They're dope too. I used to like them too. Ain't gonna front. I just didn't know their names.
His solo shit is fire.
Ice Cube.
Deep underground.
Ice Cube.
Yeah.
He like Ice Cube. We don't know why.
No, Ice Cube
but he likes
dude, man.
Ice Cube wrote all the verses for NWA did.
Yeah.
I mean, Ice Cube was that.
Scarface was dope. I ain't gonna front. I like that pick. Yo.
Face was definitely.
Definitely
a good 7.
I definitely like Mos Def. That him and Talib is the match for our game.
They clicked. That was the other.
Definitely the matchup for the game. And Black Thought too could come in for your Mos
Black
Def.
Thought was
but he's definitely a bench player.
Yeah, I had to put. He's a. I've always thought that he's been underrated.
And then you got Residente, which is definitely a bench player. Like, but
even
he
though he
comes
sold more Grammys than all of them combined.
But see, he's like JJ Barrera. Like he was good to take you there.
Nah, he's more like Jose Calderon who won.
All right, then Big Ooze got Jay-Z,
the Chip,
Biggie, Tupac,
Brooklyn all day.
Yeah, exactly. And then Snoop and T.I. And then that's his 5. And then he coming off the bench with Rakim and Jada because he trying to be like, yo, I'm going to buy all the expensive players and have them on the bench.
Jada's one of my favorite players from his team that I almost
But that's because of
luxury tax, baby.
Yeah.
I almost picked up.
So yeah, man, that's definitely the Ask Me Your Team segment. Please let us know what that one was.
Yeah,
before we get out of here, I know it's kind of a down moment. I'm on positive shit, but I mean, I remember the guy. I don't know how I remember him. He had to be on Hot 97. He had to be on there a couple of times. Is he like a DJ producer?
He's a DJ, rapper with Grandmaster Flash back in the day.
Yeah, pioneer, trailblazer.
Pioneer.
And his name is Love Bug Starsky, right?
Love Bug Starsky.
And then what was it that happened to him? Because I know
he just died of a heart attack at the age of 57.
Well, I mean, Starsky, I believe was a different person. I believe they were together as a group.
It was a group, okay.
Starsky's by himself.
Yeah, but Love Bug was his own
the one that passed away.
Yeah.
No, Lovebug Starsky was his name.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. His name is Bug Starsky, right?
Yeah. And he was down with, with Flash 5.
Furious 5, Grandmaster Flash. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, we know about him. We just retarded sometimes, but...
Yo, and he pioneered the name hip-hop.
The older heads is gonna be like, yeah, come on, you fucking... We gotta get this together.
When I had to put this on, too, I was like, yeah, this was his biggest hit, and he had to move to the UK.
Wow, you see what I'm saying? Look how you brought that up. He moved to the UK.
He was quoted as saying, I probably would have been better, but like, the motherfuckers wasn't trying to sniff coke up my nose.
Yo, that was the times, though, nigga. Look at the jackets they wore. They were like high and cold at the same time.
He's like,
that's what I'm saying. They're like high and cold at the same time, nigga.
Right, in the building.
Yeah, man, but rest in peace. Rest in peace. He was a big influence on. I just wanted to say that real quick to give it a lead. I don't know, that's not that positive.
Hip hop or rap?
Hip hop or rap? Man, it's the coalition, man. Fuck that. That's what we're gonna name it for now.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to a pioneer. Shout out to Coalition Studio 1025.
Yeah, man. Definitely we are making business in here, man. We got to get this shit rolling more.
Yeah, man.
Thanks to Big Ooze for coming through.
Yes,
good luck,
definitely,
man.
I appreciate you.
You definitely brought some knowledge to this shit.
Definitely, we had some fun, man. We're going to do it some more, too.
That's
so
the whole
don't
goal,
worry about it. I definitely will be around.
That's the whole goal.
More.
We're going to build more. You've been around me, man. I'm trying to build this shit.
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to build, yo. And the more these people help us,
you're doing a damn good job. I mean, definitely once you start reaching out, and you're gonna start seeing more local artists come through. You know what I'm saying, and so they could display themselves and
Yeah, and don't get it wrong. I mean, right now you just
here. You can stop by too whenever we got an artist in here. You want to come?
Oh, definitely. I definitely will be in the building.
Yeah, and like I said, man, I know right now it's just audio, but man, remember, we bringing the video, so we're gonna start. Bring your videos. What was the email again? coalition@gmail.com. You can contact me. You can write anything you need. You know what I'm saying? If you're listening, just let me know. Give me feedback. Send me your videos. Send me your music, your name. Yeah, we're going to reach out to you, man.
Definitely.
Anything you want to say, Ray? You got to bring your wet floor shit in here, man.
Wet floor radio.
Yeah, this guy, he's going to have his shit up. He got a couple episodes that y'all been waiting for, and we're going to upload them shit soon.
And definitely, before I get out of here, man, just shout out to everybody doing their thing, man. Shout out to everybody back home doing their thing.
Yeah, definitely shout out back home, yo.
Demo's crushing the scene right now. He got a show coming up. He's been killing them with the shows, but I mean, he got a showcase coming up that he put together.
March 2nd.
You know what I'm saying? It's major. So, shout out to him, my man.
Hopefully, me and Ray can make it up
Brooklyn
there to give you some
Chain Gang, all you guys out there, y'all doing y'all thing. Keep doing y'all thing, man. I am watching and I do see y'all. And even to the ones out here, you know what I'm saying, in my second home of Kissimmee, you know what I mean? Terror, keep doing your thing, dog. I see you out there. Actually, he got his joint on Hot 97 that he's trying to push out right now. And,
you gotta take
that would be major if everybody continues to support and show love to his joint shooters. You know what I'm saying? He's doing major things with it right now. But you also got Mega coming out with a joint, I believe, at the end of the month.
Which Mega?
Mega.
Mega?
Yeah.
Mega.
Boys vs. Life, Mega. Yeah.
All right.
He definitely got some things, some tricks up the sleeve, and he coming out the bag
Boys
with some
Life,
shit too.
Cool,
man. So you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, definitely, man.
People in here, man.
Show love, you know what I'm saying? And definitely to the Orlando scene as well, man. You got a lot of boys out there doing their thing, man. Some of them was already on getting to that major scene. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, definitely, you guys pay attention and look out for them, man.
We definitely...
There's nothing to type in on YouTube and pay attention, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, definitely, man.
Y'all tune in and show
like I said, man, I'm not from here, but I like this place. I love this place, and I'm trying to help y'all just as much as you help me. So.
Yeah, definitely.
Is there any local businesses, any local people that you want to shout out themselves, just to help themselves if they don't do rap?
Definitely, man. You know, shout out Paul's Deli, man.
Paul's
if y'all
Deli.
looking for something to bring you home, man, that's the wave, man. Go check them out. You know what I mean?
How about one of our Jamaican brothers, C Mars?
Oh yeah, definitely. C Mars in the building, man, and he definitely has his company up and running. If you need the whole screen enclosure, if you need the screen enclosure done, he's the man to go to. My man get busy with that, and also be on the lookout because he definitely put out some great music as well, man.
Yes, that's our Jamaican brother.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all show love,
Shout
man.
out to WAP.
We ran into WAP earlier, son.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. WAP my man. You know what I mean?
Ray, you know any person people you want to shout out, man?
Like I said, shout out to Still Team Green, Jay Hees, John Ski.
Yeah.
Then I got a whole list. Terra, Jay Terra, obviously Boys vs. Life.
Yeah, man. Shout out to all y'all guys,
BBL,
man. You know what I'm saying?
BB Aliens.
We gonna spread this out and we gonna make this something happy.
Don't listen to that guy. He's
we gonna
drunk.
make this heavy. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? I'm at the bottom of my cup, man. You already know it's time for that refill.
Yeah, you gotta take that last shot.
Oh, I gotta take the shot too. I'm gonna hold that for the chase on that. Oh shit.
Yo, with that being said,
Wet Floor.
Coalition 725.
You already know. It's been a pleasure.
That's Ray.
Your boy Ooze.
That's Big Ooze.
It's been a pleasure, man. Y'all stay safe, man.
And y'all keep it mellow.